What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, I'm feeling great, baby.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful Friday out here. That means the end of the work week. Little man had a game last night. Balled out of his mind.
I'm seeing some of your stories. He's getting some good contact.
Dude, like, no exaggeration.
It's like a legit baseball swing,
no,
too.
like, he's legit hit the ball every time he's been up to bat this season. He has not struck out. It's crazy. And now he's understanding, like, the timing of, like, picking his front leg up while he's making contact to get even more power. So, yeah, he's definitely coming into his own. But the impressive thing is his fielding. Remember I was saying earlier
Big improvements.
I was like, the fielding part was a little behind. Bro, yesterday, man, my man had a play. He ended up getting the game ball for this, actually, dude. He catches it's right off the bat, catches as a shortstop. Boom. Rockets that joint to first base, gets dude out. It's nuts, bro. We was all sitting here like, dang, dude, I thought I was watching like low key, like some major league stuff, man. I felt real happy, man. My son was like, yo, Dad, that's how the Pirates do it. I'm like,
somewhat.
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes they do, yes. But no, it was pretty cool, man. So for me, I'm on cloud 9 right now, feeling excellent.
Rank the sports you want him to play long term.
Baseball 1, soccer 2, probably, because that's what he likes the most.
Probably golf in there. Throw golf in there too.
Oh heck yeah! The only reason I have golf at 3 right now is because just because he's actually playing baseball right now. You know what I mean? But I think as soon as he gets back on the golf,
I don't think they do team golf in like elementary or anything either.
Don't. So it's like if I'm not like taking him to Top Golf or taking him to a golf course, he doesn't really get a chance to like golf like that. But he does. Like golf is definitely you know that. You've seen him. Yeah, definitely loves his golf, man.
Well, those are good sports in terms of avoiding head trauma.
Oh yeah, man.
Long-term injuries,
longevity, money. I mean, that's definitely a good sport, man. So I like it.
Good stuff, man.
Yeah, man. But I was proud of him, man. I was like, yo, look at my G. That's my guy. That's my guy.
What numbers he rock?
He's rocking the deuce. Come on, baby.
2.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
In honor of Mason.
I did not say that. No, I definitely did not say that. Nah, why would you say such a thing, man? This is
did he have a reason
friendly,
for
bro.
it?
No, it was literally I forgot how they did. I think it was like number 1 through 15 or something like that. And the numbers that he saw, he was like, you know what? I'll go number 2. Okay. Yeah, it was nothing like crazy though.
Okay, got you. But yeah, everything's good on my end too.
Yeah, I like it, man. And we had some fun yesterday, man. Got a chance to get out there on the green, swing it a little bit, man. It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good.
Stay tuned.
Absolutely stay tuned, man. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. That was Moats' first experience with the shot challenge.
Let's go, man.
I got a couple vids in the back burner, too.
I survived.
Yeah.
Survived.
You were good.
I wasn't good, but I was good. There we go.
I wish I was better for that one hole. I wish I was a little bit better for us.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, us talking about this golf, I'm like, man, you hit all your shots really good prior to or after the camera went off. I just don't get it, man. When the camera was on, you clammed up. Before the camera came on, man, you looked like Tiger. When the camera went off, you looked like Rory. I'm like, okay, all right. Yeah, he turned the camera on. I'm like, bruh.
Although Rory's playing pretty good right now, too.
Yeah. Oh, I said after the camera turned off. Yeah, once it turned off, you know what I mean?
I thought Tiger looked good.
See, before the camera came on. That's why you were pre-Tiger before the camera came on. And then you were Rory once the camera went off.
Whenever I saw that he shot that 4 over and how he did it, man, really disappointed. But I know we're going to talk about that later because I thought he looked fine.
Yeah.
He started laboring a little bit on the back nine, but yeah,
we'll get to it though. But anywho, man, let's start the day the way we're supposed to start it off, man. And shout out to my Boston Celtics hat, just in case y'all didn't know. Yep, very loyal. Woo! Big NBA guy. Shout out to Bron, though. But anywho, let us know where you are tuning in from, and we will give you those big boy shout outs to start off this beautiful Friday morning. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, we got Najee Kwashi. 973 Orange, New Jersey. Freaking speaking from the Garden, baby.
Uh-oh.
Was he up? Wait, what's he talking about? He's from New Jersey. He's not up at Boston Garden.
Yeah,
I guess the Garden State. The Garden State, New Jersey.
There we go. Okay.
There it is.
Say at a Garden. Wait a minute.
330 Youngstown, Ohio, from Rod Dollars. Share a line, baby.
Let's get it.
Ethan Bowl, 605 South Dakota.
Shout out to South Dakota and the place to be.
We got a couple tuning in from the crib, both DJ Lundy and Kenneth Moses.
Let's go.
Kenneth Moses says, What's up from the crib? Virginia Beach. Waiting for you guys to come to the beach.
Oh, on location again? Get it popping? I might have a couple spots down there.
Beach Live Podcast.
I might have a couple spots down there, man.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
I'll definitely
opposed.
take you to the beach. I ain't gonna take you to Norfolk.
They have any Steeler bars down there or something?
Yeah, they did. Steeler
Really?
bars are everywhere. Let's
I
be
know
real,
that.
bro. They
It's
are
just weird, like-
everywhere, bro.
I can't comprehend it.
Well, that's because you live in Pittsburgh.
I know.
Bro. Yeah.
But it does happen. I mean, we were
Yeah.
out in Arizona. We went to that huge ass Steeler bar.
Yeah, they're everywhere out here, bro.
We got
What was that spot? It was at Harold's, right?
Harold's. That was
That's what it
huge.
Dude, it was.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We got
Oh, that was crazy now that I think about it. Yes, it was jam-packed. Yeah.
it was.
Had us eating in the back. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was funny.
You were big time, dude.
No, that was you, man.
No,
That was definitely
very
you, bro.
low key that trip.
That was definitely you, bro.
No way.
Come on, man.
Steelers Freak 702 Vegas, baby.
Oh, let's get it, man. All right.
Dusty 540 in the building.
Let's go. Let me get a couple of these, man.
Go
I got
for it.
Stilly Macaphiliac. Ooh, Lord, that's a name. I like it, though. The 613 in Ontario, Canada. Shout out to my Canada people out there. Payne Gain, the 585, Rochester. Man, that remind me of that movie. All right. Chris Tony, the 614. I think you spelled it out there like that for you because I know you get your pronunciations on and everything like that. All right. Then we got MPCP coming from the 420 Mars Center City, baby. I like it, baby. I like it. Enjoy yourself while you galaxy travel. Dusty Fingers, the 540 in the building. And then we also have Mauricio, the Loke. Cali Blazing. Oh, and this is a different place I've never heard of. Mark Copeland says Staffordshire, UK. Shout out to Staffordshire. Have you ever been to Staffordshire?
No. Haven't been out of the country. No, I have been. Yeah, like the Caribbean islands. That doesn't really count.
Big time.
That was a cruise, like
I see what you're saying.
6-7 years ago. I don't know. Does that count?
It definitely does count. Yes.
It counts?
It
Okay.
definitely
So I was
does
out of the country, but that was it.
Yeah.
Haven't been to Europe, haven't been to
bougie.
Asia.
My boy said, I
Haven't
was
been
just
to
in the
Mexico,
Caribbean.
South
I just
America.
Had my sand and toes, little water ripping on them. Dang, Deke. Yo,
Yeah, St. Thomas. I remember someone brought up St. Thomas. I've been to St.
big
Thomas.
time.
St. Thomas was really nice.
That's where Jay-Z chill out at every once in a while, man. St. Thomas, man. Dang.
Really cool.
I'm trying to be like you when I grow up, bro. Dang, you in St. Thomas?
You've been there too, right?
Chill out, man. Dang, St. Thomas, oh, man. You know, I'm a local guy. I go to like the Outer Banks. Yeah.
No way.
I go to like Virginia Beach.
I mean, not saying you haven't gone there, but you've also been to more exotic places too, I would guess.
You're right. I've been to Deep Creek Lake.
Yeah, come on.
Let me think. Where else?
Wait, have you actually ever been to Europe?
No, I actually haven't. Not yet.
Asia?
Not yet. I've been Mexico, Canada, pretty much all.
Just
not
North
all.
America.
A lot of like Caribbean islands and stuff. Yeah.
So just North America. So we got some branching out to do then.
Yeah, it's more so a timing thing though, man. Like we had like some of those planned up already, and then the world stopped.
Where were you gonna go?
Well, first we were hitting Hawaii because I had never been there, and that was like my bucket list for as a football player. I was like, if I don't go, I was never gonna go to Hawaii during my playing years unless I had a Pro Bowl, because like growing up, the Pro Bowl was always in Hawaii. So that was kind of like my thing to myself. I was like, even though I could go every year if I wanted to, I was like, I am not going out there unless I have a Pro Bowl. And then I said, if I never get a Pro Bowl, then I'm going to go once I retire. So I was like, all right, didn't go as a player. Once I retired, waited a couple years. I was like, all right, you ready to go to Hawaii? We had everything booked up. And then,
Wasn't that was like right when it started?
Yeah, absolutely.
Was it March or April 2020 you had it set up? I remember that.
Yeah. So it hurt, but that was going to be like the first spot. Then after that, we were planning on Abu Dhabi because that's...
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah, because like the spot that I want to go to, I'm interested in it. I'm a movie buff, so watching Tom Cruise film Mission Impossible out there was pretty dope. And then Lil G, like randomly, he's always like, Dad, let's go to Abu Dhabi. Let's go. I'm like, yo, why do you know about Abu Dhabi?
Likes that big building.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
It's like the tallest. I don't know what it's called. They have like the tallest building in the world out there.
Yeah, was it was it Burj Khalifa or something like that? Burj Khalifa or something? Yeah, I don't know how to say it, but yeah, one of those themes. So yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
I'm sorry to hear your plans got messed up.
It's all good. Everything happens for a reason.
Right.
Come on, baby.
Right.
We never tripping.
Right.
We evolve. You gotta be like water, man. Be like water. That's what my man Bruce Lee always says.
Yeah.
Just trying to be like water, baby.
I'll read some of these super chats.
Let's get
it. Then we'll get into it. Fish Momentum. Happy Friday, guys. How are you? Hashtag my Steelers stories.
Uh-oh, he is in the building.
Cal Monier. Last night watching the Seas blow out the fire.
The Heat, Yeah,
I guess that makes sense.
I was about to say, bro, did you really just say the Seas blow out the fire? Lord have mercy. All right,
he put a fire emoji.
I just figured you connect that dot right there. What is that?
Maybe the Seas were blowing out birthday candles or something.
It was the Crips and the Fires. They was beefing over there, huh?
Yeah. All I kept thinking was Kevin Colbert really could be stepping down as GM after his best offseason ever.
Whoa. Ever.
That's actually a good topic. A good thought. Best offseason ever.
Well, we could bring that up. Yeah.
I mean, this was pretty damn good. You got to have the one where we draft Ben in the mix. You have to. You drafted a franchise quarterback.
I was waiting to see how you feel about that.
But maybe AB's draft you got to throw in there too, or when maybe we re-signed AB. There's stuff to think about here.
Yeah,
it's a good thought. It got to be his top 3 though. I mean, I'll give him that top 3 or top 5.
How? We haven't even seen him play yet though.
That's fair, but that's also
I'm just like, yo, that's kind of premature.
But that's also why you would have the Ben draft as number 1 because we know how it played out.
Fair enough, but it's just like, yeah, this is premature to just say that this year is the best offseason ever. I'm like, man, we've had nice off seasons, even drafts, but you got to see the players pan out first, man. That's my only thing.
I think it's right now top 3 to 5 with top 1 upside. Like Kenny pans out to be a franchise quarterback, and all these other guys that we brought in pan out as well and drafted. That's a pretty damn good offseason.
Fair enough.
Pickens becomes like a wide receiver 1. Miles Jack becomes a staple for us at middle linebacker.
Yeah, you heard me like ifs. That's all I'm saying. Like, we got to give some time, man. We can't crunch it right now with all this if. In contrast to like when you talked about the Ben draft, it's like that's proven already. You talk about AB. That's proven already. You talk about, even L. Bell in his class. It's like, yo, proven. Him, DeCastro. Like, we know what that looked like type situation. Yeah. Now, granted, they weren't in the same class. Excuse me on that. But either way, it's like certain classes are a little bit more proven. Certain offseason were a little bit more proven. That's all.
AJ Martinez. Good morning, gentlemen. Can I get a shout out to my father, Ernie Martinez, for his dedication and his recovery from Guillain-Barré syndrome?
No, without a doubt, man. Shout out to Ernie, man. Papa Ernie, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Fighting that good fight, baby. Proud of you. Heck yeah. And you got a nice young man, too, man. AJ, man. We appreciate him as well. So
Definitely.
Shout out to both of y'all.
Special momentum. CBS predicts us actually going 11-6. That's pretty good. I'll take it.
I feel like all these predictions are still having everybody like in the same thought process. Whether it's the high-level Deke math that you use when you're breaking down,
that was some Einstein shit.
But either way, they only had you at 12-5, right?
12-5.
Yeah, so you're only one game above. CBS has them 11-6. I had them at 9-8. I think some skeptics or a little bit, or people that weren't as optimistic had them at like 8-9. So it's like all of them are still very, very tight window.
Our over/under, I think, is at 7-something.
7.5,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's absurd. But this is the best record I've seen from a national platform, though. 11-6. Usually, I think mostly like it's been 8-9 or 9-8. Mm-hmm. So I'll take the 11-6. Thanks, CBS.
Yeah.
Fish momentum. Y'all check your inboxes with them ambition songs. Not just yet.
I have not. Yeah,
I've been golfing
call on that. Yeah, definitely missed that.
I was golfing all day yesterday.
Yesterday was a long day, man. And I think we did golf. What else I do? I had meetings out the. Oh yeah, I was in meetings like all afternoon. Yeah, absolutely. I did not get a chance to check it out, but we'll tune in. We'll check them out definitely.
Let's go, UW. Jimbo is the real despicable one. 99 days till college football kickoff.
Tell me you see what's been going on with Jimbo and Nick Saban, bruh.
Okay, so how did it start? Nick Saban said Texas A&M
bought all their players,
bought their recruits, right?
Yeah.
And then Jimbo just went back at Nick Saban, dig like, deeper in his past.
About you. Yeah, I know where the money come from, all type of stuff. Yeah,
that's about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Deion Sanders is getting in the mix a little bit.
Yeah, because he said that basically Nick Saban wasn't talking to Jimbo or Dion. He's talking to his alumni, because by saying these things, that lets them know that he needs more money so he can get better players. No, that's the reality of it. We know that. Yeah, I mean, that's the truth. It's the truth. So I was like, Prime, I like your mindset. Like, don't take it personally. You just call it for what it is, and that is what it is. It's an arms race. We know that. Yeah.
Well, here's another angle that happened recently in college football. You hear it's official.
I did. I saw it on ESPN this morning.
A damn shame.
Official.
A damn shame. Now it makes you think this was really set up for weeks, right? It being USC. If it was a different team, you could be like, okay, now he's actually doing his due diligence.
Like, I literally saw him like, yo, wow. It's there.
He wrote like a 2-paragraph thing, man, thanking Pitt. Always gonna have that ACC championship. Don't forget that. And, I mean, it was so like PC and written out really nice. But I saw some of the comments responding to it saying like, "Hey, bro, just say I'm going to USC for $3.5 million." That's what it is. Come on, man.
That's what it is. Just as long as you're honest about it, I don't think anyone would trip. You just got to be for real. And yes, the 3.5 is the reason why you're leaving. Yeah. It's a great reason to leave, but yeah. That's why he's leaving.
Yeah. Like, what if he would have got 2.5 here at Pitt?
Right.
What do you value? I mean, because I think there is something to sticking it out with your teammates, maybe.
Could Pitt offer him 2.5?
I heard they matched it.
Serious.
So that makes you also wonder, maybe there was other reasons why he wanted to go to USC, like Lincoln Riley, Caleb Williams. Maybe that being in that system would help his draft stock the best, too. So maybe there's other reasons.
I just wish I could know for a fact, though, if they really offered him the 3.5 and he turned it down to go to Cali.
Yeah, I don't know exactly, because maybe that's another reason, too. Maybe he wanted the weather, wanted to hang out in California. If that's the case, you do you.
But I would just want to know definitively, like, did they really offer him the 3.5? Like, did they really match it?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
I'd like to think we gave our best effort.
I hope so.
Best receiver. I can't say best receiver in Pitt history. I mean, Fitzgerald's definitely in that mix, too. Yeah, but probably a top 3 receiver.
Pitt, though, does it make sense if you're Pitt to pay Jordan Addison 3.5 to stay? Whereas for USC, their budget is a lot bigger.
This was probably going to be, I mean, last year was the best season Pitt has had in probably the last 30, 40 years. So this season had a chance to top that. So I think you got to try to go all in.
Yeah, but this is college football. It's not like the NFL. Like, I just think the money's a little bit different, right? For Pitt compared to USC. USC could pay a player 3.5. They got like just a big.
Well, how's this even working? Is USC even paying it,
No,
or is
that's
it?
what I'm telling you. It comes from
the sponsors.
Like, yeah, that's why when Dion said that about Saban, and that's why I was laughing. I'm like, but he's for real, because it is the boosters that fund a lot of that type of money for the NILs and stuff. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying to myself. USC's market with their boosters and alumni compared to Pitt's market for their boosters and alumni, they're spending a lot more. They have a lot more disposable income for those type of deals. And that's why what Saban was saying about Texas A&M, it's like, yo, we know in Texas, their boosters, Texas A&M, they got big time donors. They got big time financial support. So that's why they could go and legit say, you know what, we're going to make sure every recruit that we want to get is going to have some type of nice, NIL deal already there for you. And it doesn't have to cost the university anything. It's solely because we got all these boosters around us. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're Pitt, can you really trying to match that for just one player? Whereas for USC, I'm like, man, I'm sure they got multiple guys with deals like that or close to it.
Who's our big time Pitt people out there?
They say Aaron Donald.
Who's the guys with the big pockets outside of football players?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Because we need some big businessmen. I would say Mark Cuban, but he didn't go to Pitt. He's from Pittsburgh. I think he went to Indiana.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really have any ties to the college. We got Aaron. I mean, could we get the football players in the NFL, former players, to kind of put their money together?
You see what I'm saying?
Shady McCoy, he's got some money.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald, Larry Fitzgerald.
But
they could have pitched off for 3.5, right? Bump it up to 4.
Well, how does that benefit them? Like, think about because for a booster,
Pitt legacy.
Yeah, for the boosters, they like that. They're like, we never played, but that's ours right there. We feel good about it. Put our name on a building or something. Like, we feel good.
I'll put something in. I'll put a couple hundred in.
But it's different though, bro. Because as a player, you're like, bro, that doesn't entice me. Like, why do I want to spend to get this guy on? I don't have to do that. Not 3.5.
Man, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of names. There's that guy that literally had the
There's
head
that
coaching. No, the guy that
You
had.
know that guy, that one dude, man.
I don't know his name, but he had the Pitt head coaching title named after him. He shelled out a lot of money into Pitt, so maybe he needs to go deeper into his pockets too, so we can keep guys like Jordan Addison. At the end of the day, if we did match and he just wanted to go to USC, there's really nothing you could do about that, I don't think, unless you're just going to change the NCAA rules, which maybe they will in the next however many years, because you don't want it to get completely out of hand with some of this stuff.
I don't see how they're going to be able to put those type of parameters on it all the way, though,
I think you should be able to transfer. You definitely should.
Okay. You should be able to get compensated as much as you want.
I agree, too. But what's the whole tampering process? And here's the other thing. I mean, tampering, it is what it is, right? You're not gonna not have your boys hit you up and say, like, hey man, why don't you come play out here with us?
In the NFL,
that's naturally gonna happen. Yeah.
In the NFL, there's tampering. We've already talked about that. It's like we cry foul when it hurts something that is close to us.
Yeah, it sucks. It just sucks.
Right.
It just sucks.
At the end of the day, I'm like, I don't see how you put parameters to that extent on this, because the whole issue at the collegiate level is these coaches get paid tens of millions of dollars, and these players, up until the NIL stuff became active, were playing for free. I get the whole, you're getting a scholarship, and it's like, bro, look at the numbers. They've already shown how the number works. These guys, what they're generating versus what they're getting in terms of a free education is just ridiculous.
Yeah, Juju is getting paid less now, I think, than Jordan Addison, and guaranteed money at least.
It's nuts. It's nuts. And it's like, only with sports was it that you could be on a scholarship, but you can't have a job that pays you money. You know what I mean? Where you couldn't use your name, image, and likeness, whereas you could be a communications major and still be doing a paid internship at a Fortune 500 and nothing would be an issue. So now that they've got that out the way, I don't see this thing going backwards in any capacity. I think it, hopefully the market will balance itself out in a sense, but I'm just trying to figure out, how are they going to get the players to agree to this? It just doesn't. If I'm a player, like, why would I sign anything or change it where you're going to put a cap on how much I can make when these coaches are not getting capped at what they can make? Their salaries are continuing to go up. Their houses are continuing to get bigger. These universities, when you go to see some of these facilities, bro,
I know
they got water parks and everything. It's like, man, you know why it's a water park in there? Because we're not getting paid what we need to get paid, baby. That's why. So I definitely kind of like this though, man.
Listen, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I think we both agreed on this. Something doesn't sit right though with the program. Now maybe it's more closer to home because obviously it's Pitt and it sucks. But like a program trying to be on the rise to get to that level, losing star players just like that.
I mean, it makes it more difficult, sucks. But at the same time, Pitt has we took
that Akron, dude.
Yeah, and Pitt has every opportunity to do similar things. They just got to generate more money. We just talked about it. If you could get Aaron Donald to say, you know what, man, I got $10 million for whatever players y'all want to get. Let's go do that. That answers a lot of those problems. USC has that, though. Right now, from our understanding, Pitt doesn't seem to have as big of a war chest in terms of that type of money. So is it a negative? Sure. But I think it's no different. I mean, obviously, I don't want to use the baseball analogy because, you see baseball, they don't win like that. Small market versus big market. But it's like you can still be competitive. You can still figure out how to get those guys there. I just think you got to, number one, have some guys that can recruit their tail off to ultimately talk guys out of that type of thing. But, yeah, it just makes it more difficult, but it's not impossible, though.
Yeah. I still think, ultimately, what Pitt has in their favor is we turn out some good prospects.
Yeah.
And with where we are level-wise versus some of the other programs like USC, Texas, Alabama, you can have good guys come out of the weeds, essentially, and make a name for themselves, like Kenny Pickett, like even Jordan Addison. Because if Jordan Addison was on in Ohio State or in Alabama up to this point in his career, maybe he doesn't have the yards, maybe he doesn't have the seasons that he had, because you get a lot of good opportunities here.
I mean, I'm with it. I just think it is, when you're playing at an Ohio State, though, you don't have to have a season for the ages to still be viewed as like one of the top prospects coming out. And I think we see that every year, whether you're talking Ohio State, USC, Bama, any SEC school, we're like, yeah, this season wasn't that great, but this dude's still going top 10. Why? Because he played in the SEC, because he has these intangibles, and he put up decent numbers. I think if you're Jordan Addison, if you were already playing at one of these other programs, you wouldn't have to have had a season like you had last year to be talked about like you're being talked about now. If you were playing at one of them schools.
Potentially. All depends on the playing time. Because Jamison Williams couldn't
Fair
even beat
enough.
out the Ohio State
Yeah,
receivers.
but as soon as he went to Alabama and he did get on the field, how's he talked about?
No, I agree. That's
Yeah.
my point. You just got to have playing time.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah.
Shine through. And Pick could give you that if you're actually decent.
Yeah.
Because there's not competition amongst, like, top 10 recruits all around in your position. You know what I'm saying? Just a bummer. Just a bummer.
Yeah.
But we got that dude from Akron, though. I told you, he was like the #1 wide receiver recruit. Or not receiver recruit, but guy in the transfer portal up
Yeah,
until
I know
this
you're talking
point,
about,
up until Jordan Addison.
Yeah.
So we got him, Kenoda Mumfield.
So we good there, man. Shoot.
Hopefully. I mean,
man.
yeah, he'll be our new receiver
Addison
one.
out, man. We don't want hostages. We want volunteers. Tell them.
Actually, well, there's that. That's a good Tomlin saying right there.
Man. Come on, baby.
But I was talking to a dude after golf yesterday. Not our golf round, because I went back to back yesterday.
Yeah.
Played another round around 4
Man, you gotta
o'clock.
be careful going back to back like that, man. You gotta let that thing air out a little bit.
I know. But anyway, sitting at the clubhouse, this dude just starts talking to us. He's on the 18th green.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, it was unfortunate. This is what sparked up the conversation. He had a Bills hat on. I'm like, what the hell are you doing with that
Yo,
hat?
chill, bro. Don't do that. Don't be like you. Was like, yo, Bills Mafia. That's right.
He was all over the place, though, bro. He was like, grew up in Detroit, big Lions fan, but then he's like, I'm a diehard Steeler fan, but then he's got a Bills hat on. He was all over the place.
Yeah.
But he's a big time
wild.
better. He's a big time better. And we were talking about Pitt football. So he's excited about Pitt this year and said, don't worry about Jordan Addison. This dude they got coming in from Akron's like the real deal. He said he had some guys on the ground floor, I think, out in Akron telling him, and he relayed that information to me. So it got me more pumped. He was excited about Pitt WBU too.
Well, let's go then.
Definitely leaning in Pitt's favor for week 1.
Let's go then, man.
It's a good conversation, even though he had a Bills hat on.
Why? Like, stop this. You know you were very fond of that Bills hat, man.
No, I was
Jeez.
disappointed. Really disappointed.
Come on, baby.
But it looked like he was playing good. He was having a good time.
Well, I'm glad. As long as he's having fun.
Okay, so that was the Jimbo
Yeah, we should be at Nick
comment from
Y.
Let's Go UW. So Nick Y says, shout out 88 babies.
Facts.
My birthday is Sunday, going to the PGA.
Let's go,
Oh,
man.
sick.
Happy birthday too, man. My 88 crew out there, baby. That's the best year to be born in, man. 88 and then 83, I'll probably say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zach Miller. QB controversy next year, potentially.
Dun, dun,
Says
dun.
Deke, Madden 23. You going Kenny or Ben on Mutt?
Ooh.
I don't know if they're going to drop a Ben card
Ooh. What?
because he's retired.
Yeah.
So there's no guarantees with that. I don't know if he has to come to some sort of agreement with Madden. So until he makes the Hall of Fame, I think that's always going to be up in the air. So it's good that I won the championship with him this season.
Last dance for him. See? You
I had
did
to.
it, bro.
I told you I had to, man.
You
there was
did
a
it.
lot of
Last dance
stakes
style, man.
on that championship.
Let's go.
A lot of pressure, but yeah, pulled through.
You did it with integrity, man.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
So our quarterback options next year will be Kenny. He should be getting some good cards, though. Usually they'll give the top quarterbacks in whatever NFL, or like the rookies.
Yeah.
They'll give them good cards throughout the year.
Okay.
Trubisky and Vic. I mean, they usually drop Vic cards. So those will probably be our main 3 quarterbacks for the following season. Whatever cards drop and good, essentially. So, like, if they don't have a good Kenny card early on, and then they drop a Vic card like a month in, that Vic's going to be a good card. So I'm going to roll with that until they drop maybe a better Kenny card.
Okay.
That's all. It'll be kind of simple. Whatever card's going to win me championships or help win. Fish momentum. An article said Coward was mad about drafting Ben. I don't even know about
I
that.
didn't know about that, nah.
I thought Coward wanted him. Wow. You got to send the link or
Yeah.
let us know
And
what
if he was mad, who did he want to
publication.
draft? That was the other thing, because we know, I mean, you had Eli, you had Phillip Rivers. Who else was in that? That was just those 3, right? In that class.
JP Lossman.
He went to Buffalo.
Like 20 pick or something. He was the other first round quarterback.
Okay. I forgot all about JP. Yeah. Dang, see, man, if Ben would have just dropped a little bit further, he could have came right on home, man. It would have been perfect. He'd have looked good in that blue and red, too. You know that, right? He'd have looked good in that blue and red.
Nah.
He would have. He'd have looked rather dashing.
How about the Browns passing on him, though?
That's disrespectful.
at 6. They took Kellen Winslow, though. I mean, you
Kellen
thought that
was
was a
nice,
for
though.
sure
Yeah.
pick coming out of Miami. He was a
he
beast
was
at tight end.
Dog. He definitely was.
There was some good. I mean, Fitzgerald was in that draft, too.
Yeah.
I remember the one offensive lineman I think the Raiders took. That was another one. Like, they passed up on Benner, the quarterback. They took Robert Gallery from Iowa.
Robert Gallery. Dang. I guess that was that class. Yo, so yeah.
I think Antrell Roll was in that one. There were some good players in that draft
was,
in
man.
the top 10.
Dang,
I didn't know about that. I always thought Cower was a Big Ben fan.
Too, yeah.
Brent Fox, salute Moats Deke in the chat. Thanks for always bringing the heat content. Hashtag 214 faux show.
Let's
I think
go.
we got it pretty good. He says, "Ain't that right, Deke?"
Let's go.
He threw the laughing emoji in there, thinking I was gonna screw that up.
Come on, faux show. You know that's your vibe. Faux show.
Official momentum. By the way, my name's Maurice. If I didn't tell y'all, so do we want to say this is Maurice's comment, or do we want to still call you official momentum though?
I don't know. I feel like it's part of like the show thing though. We really like the tag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is hilarious whenever you meet people in real life.
True, yeah.
And you know them strictly off the internet and their username.
Seriously, like I have friends to this day that I call them by their username, and they know that. And it's like, yo, I know your real name. I get you have a real name, but I'm not gonna call you your real name. I'm gonna call you by your IG title, your Twitter, whatever it was the title that I saw initially for you. Like that's what I call you as now, man.
We're getting some information here. Thomas Riley says Dan Rooney picked Ben. DJ Lundy saying the Steelers wanted Phillip Rivers.
Okay.
Big Felipe saying they wanted Eli.
Well, those were the big three.
There was no way Eli was falling past like the
Nah.
first couple picks though, unless the Steelers were gonna trade up.
Right.
It was probably between Phillip and Big Ben.
Yeah, because Eli was definitely marked going as number one. That's why he was drafted one overall, even when they knew he didn't even want to go out there. It was like, yo, you have to take him. This is Eli. So yeah.
Fisher Moment says they also said Maddox was salty too. Hashtag hush hush. Yeah, I could see that. I was so young at the time though. I was, 5th grade, so I wasn't necessarily paying attention to the drama of.
Right.
All right, we draft this dude in the first round, rookie guy. Let's get him in the game. So I was disappointed when we didn't start Ben early on, but then he got his chance after Maddox got hurt. Rest is history. Fisher Momentum says, "Call me whatever, just don't call me late to dinner." What's that from?
No, he's just saying like just a little saying, when it's time to eat, man, don't you forget about me now.
Okay.
Call me whatever you want to call me. Just when it's time to eat, make sure you hit my line.
Gotcha.
I can respect it, man. But let's catch up, man. Well, I guess we already are caught up with all our supers, so we'll start off with our first topic, man. Here, talking a little hoops, man. Recapping what was going on the other day. Hey. Celtics Heat Game 2 took place last night. Boston Celtics getting the dub, 127-102. I guess my initial reaction is I was correct in my thought process.
Oh yeah.
Marcus Smart is a difference maker.
And they got Horford back too,
yes,
surprisingly.
Absolutely. I was very surprised about the Horford one because it was literally, I want to say like either the night before or morning of the game, they were saying that Horford could be out a little bit longer. And I'm like, man, if he's going to be out longer, then who else they say? One of the Williams guys was supposed to be out as well. I'm just like, man, this is about to be terrible. Like, I don't even want to watch this thing. But then they both showed up. I'm like, oh, wait now. Wait. And yeah, Marcus Smart. It's a difference maker, man. He's a glue guy, man. He does the little things. Then he even gave you buckets yesterday, man. Was it 24 points, man? To me, I thought that was the biggest difference in between game 1 and game 2. I thought they also looked more fresh. They didn't burn out like how they did in game 1.
Yeah.
No.
With Tatum not having to carry the whole load on offense and
having
having Marcus Smart dribbled around a little, at least get Tatum some
Brown
open
was
looks.
a lot hotter as well, too, man.
Yeah. They just played all around better. You have Marcus Smart almost dropping a triple-double. I know you want to talk about the points, but he had 12 assists. He had some really nice passes, the 9 boards, 3 steals. Jason Tatum had a really good game, 27 points. Jaylen Brown was good throughout the whole game. I mean, he couldn't miss for 3 early on.
It was crazy. Yeah.
And then you got your Al Horford with 10 points. Peyton Pritchard was also hitting again. And then Grant Williams showed up. Like, Grant Williams didn't really show up the last game, but he could be a little streaky. I mean, him throwing in 19 points. I mean, they just dominated, especially that second quarter. He tried to come back a little bit in the third. You had Jimmy Butler.
But Jimmy is Jimmy.
They just got it to 20 though. It was they could never get it within 15 or 10 points at any point.
Yes. I just thought, like, as a whole, man, it was impressive to see them do that on the road as well. You know, like, that was how I thought game 3 would be, because I was thinking that you're going to get Smart and Horford back for game 3. That's what we're saying, that, hey, man, even if he's back in game 2, he's going to be labored in some capacity. But, yeah, man, my man looked good, dude. Like, as a whole, I was surprised to see him do it on the road like that. That's big, though, man, for them to be able to steal game 2 like that, man.
Yeah. Kind of got the opposite effect where Jimmy Butler was really like the only one that showed up for the Heat. He didn't really have much help, whereas game 1, that was what it was like with
Tatum.
Jason Tatum. But like he started faltering in the second half as well. No one on Boston really came through like that. Pritchard we talked about it, he had his threes and spurts. But yeah, I mean, you got some garbage time points from the Heat too. Yeah. But it just makes the score look a little bit better. 127 to 102. At least you put up triple digits.
I'm about to say, does it really look better?
Still 25-point victory for the Celtics. Exactly. It felt worse. I don't know. The score doesn't look as bad, right? Is what it was. It
definitely felt worse at times, man. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you might be right. I mean, I might switch my pick.
You might be right. Oh, and they said that was Miami's first postseason loss at the crib this year too, man.
Might switch my pick, man. Celtics look like a really good, complete team. Whenever they got their full arsenal. That's what we talked about in game 1. They didn't have their guys.
That's the difference. When they're healthy, man, that's what they can do. They have the superstar talent in terms of Tatum. You got a star in terms of Jaylen Brown. You got a defensive guy that can give you points as well in terms of Marcus Smart. You have the veteran, Al Horford. You got bigs in terms of Williams. You got Grant Williams, who's, like you said, the streaky scorer at times. Even Pritchard, like you talked about, man, like just top to bottom, they are a really good team and they play so hard. That's one of the problems. Like, I love their effort and energy when they're really doing it, when they're all healthy like that. And I just think that, man, I still think it goes 7 though, man, honestly. I still think it will. I think that, this is one of them surprise ones. But yeah, this is going to be a fun series, bro. I think it's going to be a fun series.
Yeah, I don't expect Butler to back down.
Not at all. Butler's
You need one of those dudes to step up, though. Yeah. You need Bam to get like a 20-point game in there. Oladipo gave you 14, but I mean, he's got to at least give you double digits. You need Hero. You need Hero in that 18 range, hitting from 3 and stuff.
Yeah, because Hero was what? 1 for... No, he was...
Yeah, he was
0 for 3. Yeah, 0 for 3, and then Oladipo was 1 for 5 from down the stretch. I mean, from down the line, man. Yeah.
Give Duncan Robinson some time.
Man, stop. They say that boy can't get no love down there, man.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with him. I really don't.
Hey, man, you got to be able to guard. That's the reality of it, man. Like, in a series like this, yeah. Because it's different. Like, when you're in the regular season, man, you could just play. They're like, singling out and trying to isolate certain people. In the series, though, man, when they can see that, hey, this guy can't do this, or we can get a matchup right here, they attack it. So
that dude I was talking to yesterday.
The Bills fan?
Yeah, I asked him about this game.
That was your homie, yeah.
I was like, who do you got in this Celtics Miami? I mean, he has just bet terribly. He said you could probably go Heat money line or also take Boston with the points. I think Boston got like 4 or 5 yesterday.
Yo, your man was on one, bro.
He got Boston in the points, right?
I guess he did.
I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he
seriously
divvied his money up there. But Miami money line was not close. Boston point, like it's almost like
Boston with the points.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's just amateur betting on my part, but usually you just have your team and you pick your team. Like, who's winning tonight?
Yeah, I
like this team money line or this team points. You don't say I like the other team.
Yeah,
no matter what. I don't know.
I'm just thinking like, yo, I don't think I've made a bet like that either. Like, that's different. That is very different.
I don't know if he actually put money down on both, but that was what he said. He's like, I like both those things.
And maybe he just thought like, a cool gambling term. I'm gonna say money line, and I'm gonna say points. Maybe that's what it was, bro.
He was a big roller though. He definitely does his research day in and day out. He definitely knows a lot about the lines and betting from what he was some of his stories, some of his betting stories. He's very much into it, but that one didn't make sense to me.
Okay, it happens.
What are you thinking with this Golden State Dallas?
Bruh, Ooh.
I'm worried this is.
Oh, you think it's gonna get gory?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
It's not
I
gonna
don't
get
think Luka's
gory.
got enough help.
It's not gonna get gory, bro. This is the Mavericks. They don't play well on the road. That's why people thought that they would lose Game 7 against Phoenix, because it was in Phoenix. Because typically their role players don't play well on the road. Get it back to Dallas, Game 3. I think you'll see a different Dallas. Unfortunately, though, I do think they're gonna get beat again tonight. I do.
Yeah, I think this is gonna get bad.
I
understand you can have Dallas stepping up at home.
Yeah.
But even if they keep it close at home, or catch a win or something, I think the Warriors just have too much. Like the Warriors might be able to steal a close one.
But you also have to think
at
how
Dallas.
bad Dallas shot from 3 in that first game, bro. They were like, they missed? It was like 20, 33, something like that, bro. Like it was nuts. It was like the second most missed threes in a playoff game in all time. Like it's can't be like that, bro. I think the Mavs are gonna make it interesting. I don't think it's gonna be 4-0, no 3-1. I think Dallas, like, bro, Luka and Dallas, they're gonna be all right. It's just that road action, and it was game 1. We talk about game 1s when you're just getting out of a game 7, like it's a little bit of a hangover. We saw that with Boston as well. Think same concept with Dallas, man. I do have a little bit of a dilemma though with that series.
Okay.
So my wife, she's from the Bay, San Fran. She loves her Warriors, but she is very superstitious when it comes to watching them because of the trauma that I've caused her from my LeBron years. When we would have our little battles back and forth. We watched the first NBA Finals.
Trauma
Cleveland
you caused it.
So listen, check it out.
Smack talking.
You ready? So the first year, Cleveland and Golden State. We actually were, we watched all the games. Everything worked out well, but Cleveland had the injuries, so it's like all good. Da 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 da. Golden State wins. Come back the next year, Bron wins. But because of how it was 3-1, and she was very confident, I was telling her, I'm like, we're going to watch every game and watch. Bron will come back and we're going to win it and it's going to be like this, da 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 da. And every game it was happening. So then she started to realize, she said to herself that she was the jinx. So now whenever the Warriors are playing, she doesn't watch them.
Really?
But they win because the next year, what happens? NBA Finals, they get Kevin Durant. She's like, nope, I can't watch it. I don't want to watch it. I'm not going to look. And I'm over here. I'm in the other room watching. And you know what happened? Yeah, for back-to-back years. So that's like her thing now. So the other night, I'm like, babe, do I get to watch the game in here with you? She's like, I ain't watching. I can't watch that, man. Yes, dude. It's one of them situations. And I'm mad because they play so late at night. This is typically when we're in bed together. So I'm like, bruh, I got to decide now. Do I want to lay next to my boo thing? Or do I want to go to another room and watch this daggone game, bro? So you see my dilemma, okay? See my dilemma. Lay next to my bae.
She needs to get over that.
Lay next to my bae, or go in the other room and watch the game.
She needs to get over that.
It's hard to say. That's her team, though, bro.
I get it, but the Warriors haven't been undefeated since she started doing that, right? It's not like they won all the championships.
The only one they lost was when Durant and Clay got hurt.
So you don't even count some of these other ones where like Steph was hurt and stuff.
Like, are we talking like finals? Yeah, bro. Like anytime where it's like this situation, like she don't mess with it, bro.
So she hasn't watched any even regular season games?
No, she watches the regular season.
Okay,
like,
when it comes to playoffs.
It's playoffs time, absolutely. Yeah.
Damn.
Absolutely, bro. So I'm stuck. I'm literally like, I want to watch the game tonight, but now I got a dilemma. Because I'm like, I like to lay with my wife. I enjoy that. But I do want to watch this game. So, yes.
Hey, fans are like that, though.
I know. That's the reality of it. I'm like, I know more than just her that I'm definitely like that, bro.
Yeah. Like I didn't watch the Steeler game last week. We won.
I can't watch it again. Or we were watching in the first half. I went upstairs and didn't watch the second half and we won. So now every game, I only watch the first half. I don't watch the second half. That's real. Yeah.
So that Toronto series, though, hasn't shaken it off her?
Not for her. Mm-mm.
Man.
Yeah.
I would have thought that would be the one, right?
Nah, but you think, bro, 2 fluky injuries is the difference.
Maybe that was it, though. Maybe that was it.
That's it.
Because that's unlucky. So it's like, okay, to get the luck back, I need to start watching again.
Nah. Hey, man.
That's the reasoning you could use.
Yeah.
I just think she should watch. That's her favorite team. You should
bro.
watch.
She be over here like, yep.
I feel bad.
She's like,
it's like a tragedy.
And she's like, we're gonna have these jerseys, we're gonna have these hats, we're gonna have these shirts, we're gonna have everything. She be dressing the kids. I'll be like, bro,
watch the box score even.
No. She'll check the score.
Okay.
But she's not gonna watch the game. So it'll be this.
That's tough.
We're watching the show and it'll be this the whole time. Just checking the phone. It's like, yo. It's like, oh. I'm like, oh, so what happened? Oh, we up 20. Like, really, bro? Yeah. It's like that type of vibe, bro.
Mm-hmm. She got a Curry jersey.
Bro, it's Curry jerseys, Curry t-shirts, hats, everything, bro. Yeah.
No Draymond, no Clay.
Nah. But it's more so because like they got like
Jordan Poole, the future.
No, it's more family stuff though.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Yeah. So that's the whole situation, man. But I was like, dang, going. And she even got on me today. She was like, wow, you got the golden. She was like, you got the Celtics hat on this morning. Where's Warriors at? And I'm like, babe, I still low key got beef with the Warriors. I do.
With KD going there?
Absolutely.
That's what it is?
Absolutely. Because it kind of stained what we had going on. We were about to do something special there. We was going to go back-to-back in Miami. Then he was finna go back-to-back in Cleveland. The plan was in place, bro.
Yeah, he definitely got robbed of one more
the plan was in place,
with the Cavs.
Whether
you want to talk about, was it 2015?
Yeah.
That was the first one because of Kyrie getting hurt.
Both of them dudes got hurt, man.
Yeah, both. Love was out the whole playoffs. Yeah. That was the Olynyk disaster, I think, in round one where he popped his shoulder out.
Heck yeah.
And then Kyrie, who's having a really nice game in game one of the finals, got hurt in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
So what can you do? I mean, there was a fun little stretch with Della Vadova there.
Chill out, man. Deli the kid.
Hey, they were up 2-1, but Warriors were just too much. Steph started heating up a little bit more again, and Iguodala was just steady that whole series.
He definitely was, man.
How about that one take from Kellerman where he's like, if there's one open shot like for the game, I'd take Iguodala over Curry. Get out of here with that.
Stop it.
He does randomly hit threes
but
when you need to.
I'm not taking any, not a chance. Yeah.
Well, Curry played really good last game, too.
No, he did, man.
Against the Mavs. Yeah, they were just, Draymond played good.
They were saying
Clay was hitting.
Like, how important is it for Steph to win this championship?
What were you watching? Because I think I heard a similar
You heard
topic.
the same thing, right? It had to be the same thing we were
More
watching.
Pressure on Luka or Steph?
No, I didn't even see the Luka part. I was watching one where they were talking about because of his legacy right now when they talk
finals
about
MVPs.
stuff. Yeah, but not even just that. It's like the one finals that he won by himself, we talk about Kyrie and Love not being there. Then you get Kevin Durant, and we see how you get the rest of your rings. But since then, it was kind of like, well, man, can you win one when everyone's healthy? You're not getting a super stacked team where going in, you have this advantage like that. It was like, what is his legacy then if he doesn't win one? Is he just the greatest shooter of all time versus being viewed as like a top 10 all time or top 5 all time player type situation?
Yeah, he's definitely on the fringes of top 10. He's probably more top 15, top 20 right now. But yeah, if he wins another championship, so that's 4, gets a finals MVP. I mean, he's number 2 point guard all time. You put him over Isaiah. I don't know if there's a conversation right now between him and Isaiah for number 2. After Magic Johnson. Although, I mean, we talked about this. Don't you throw Oscar Robertson in there,
we
too?
We definitely talked about this, man.
But I think he would for sure be number 2. If he wins the championship, he's the main reason. Finals MVP, he goes off.
Because they're saying that.
That's a hell of a resume.
They're talking about the situation for what it would mean if Curry wins the ring this year. And then also what that would mean for Kevin Durant. Because they were saying in the sense that it was like, yo, if they could win another one without you, then it really shows that they did not need you to that extent. Or at least that's kind of how they were formulating. And I was thinking, I'm like, man, I see what you're trying to do here.
Well,
but I'm like,
dude, you got to think. You got to think.
Yeah, bro. Think about
those 3 years with KD.
Come on.
You got to think. Maybe they win one of those against the Cavs.
They probably would have, because them and Cleveland were so evenly matched, bro. Like, it was a difference of styles in terms of how Bron and Kyrie were going to the cup to win it, whereas Steph and Clay were going to shoot the lights out. But it was fun to just watch that contrast. So I think they would have played 4 in a row. I think it would have split them 2-2. Like, I could easily.
And then you have the Raptors one.
Yeah.
If the core is healthy without KD, I think they win that Raptors one too.
I think they win it. Yeah.
So there's definitely the argument there. Now you just need to see it actually happen.
Yeah.
Because I believe it. I don't think they needed KD. They would have pretty much the same success, or very close to it. They just
won 73 freaking games without him. It's like, man, of course they didn't need that man. It was just, big old Brown did what he did. because they were up 3-1. They were supposed to be done. Like, we know this.
Yeah, the whole Draymond punch. Kind of soft for suspension. No,
It's still a suspension.
It still happened. I mean, you're up 3-1.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Like, this doesn't take away what LeBron and Kyrie, that comeback, happened. But it was definitely a soft suspension.
Suspension.
But at the same time, Draymond put the target on his back that year. I mean, he had so many technicals, and that was just the tipping point.
Yeah. But, I think Golden State goes ahead and wins tonight, though.
I think Golden State wins the series. Yeah. And I think I'm flipping to Boston from what I saw yesterday.
Just all it took.
Yeah, they're a complete team, dude. They're a complete team. I think I'm flipping. Now they got 2 at home.
Hey, yo.
They say the series doesn't start.
That's what they say.
So now the series started, and I'm refining my pick.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. All right, let's get to some of these supers, man.
Dallas wins tonight. Watch next podcast. I think Dallas wins this one.
I'll come with a Mavericks hat on next, man.
So Mavericks, Warriors. I'm assuming they play Sunday then. If they're playing Friday, they're playing Sunday. So we might actually see 2 games before the next podcast.
Yeah.
Could be 3-0. Could be 2-1 Warriors. Could be 2-1 Mavs. Who knows?
You're right. We're going to find out, man. We are going to find out.
All right, so what are we doing? Super chats?
Yes. I think we are on Jaren. PS4.
Yep, I got it. Good morning, y'all. Love the show. Glad I caught the live on my birthday. Happy birthday,
let's
bro.
Go, Jaren. Happy birthday, man. Turn up like it's your birthday, because it's your birthday. All right? Turn up. Go turn up. Go. Hey.
Q, I'm still trying to figure out why Miami gave Duncan Robinson $90 million. He's been so bad.
The bubble. He had a little hot time in the bubble, and they was like, you know what? Let's pay this man because he was shooting the lights out. And then, it started to show a little bit differently. Yeah, but that is not looking like a good deal right now, man. Not at all.
How about they're doing, this is a little off topic, but those Eastern Conference and Western Conference MVP awards for the finals?
Oh, yeah, I did see. It was like
cool.
The Larry Bird and the Magic, right? Yeah, I think Magic's for the Western Conference, Birds for the East. Yeah, I do like that low-key, though.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Who do you think gets it in the East? I say Tatum if it's the Celtics. I'm going Jimmy if the Heat win.
Definitely.
Out West, Luka or...
Steph played pretty good game 1.
I'm either going Steph or Jordan Poole. Jordan is he's the one for me right now where it's like when he is on, he look like all right, man. He got a
looks
little
like
chance,
the
man.
next Steph Curry.
Yeah, he got a little bit of a chance, man.
Isaiah. It says 250 people watching, only 50 likes.
Uh-oh.
Like the vid.
Uh-oh. Isaiah done told the people.
Did I like it?
Come on,
I did like the vid.
It's a thumb, and it goes up. Just tap it, all right? Just tap it. That's all you need to do. And tell a friend to tell a friend. And if you're not subscribed, what you wasting time for, baby? Go ahead and subscribe, man. Y'all know we rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with us, so let's get it going.
AC, what's up, fellas? Hope y'all are doing well. Shout out from the 254. K-Town, Texas.
Let's get it.
Appreciate everything y'all do, man. Moats and Deke in the morning.
Let's go, man. Yeah, we like to switch it up every once in a while, right? This is kind of like our thing now. I'm trying to keep us as consistent as possible. We've been doing a good job, too, man. Shout out to us, bro.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's like a couple weeks now of this.
Sure.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4 p.m., 9:30 a.m. You know what I mean? So
on Friday.
Yeah, just for Friday. You know, it's the only time we got to get up early.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not going to lie, bro, every Friday when we're about to record in the morning, as I'm like driving the kids to school and stuff, I'm like, bro, I just want to get back in the bed. I'm so tired.
That's what I was feeling today.
Like literally me and wife, we were saying this the whole drive. Like, yo, I don't know why I'm so tired. And I feel like it's always on Friday. If this is on a Wednesday, bro, I'd have been up and like, yo, man, we could record it right now, man. We wasting time. I'm good. Because it's Friday. I'm over here like, bruh, I don't want to do anything. I just want to go lay down.
You ready for this hot take?
Uh-oh, what we got here?
Michael Chapman. I know he doesn't have any rings, but Stockton is the best point guard of all time. He's not better than Magic. No, he's not better than Magic. He's not better than Steph Curry.
Though, bro. Stockton was nice.
Well, he's in that conversation we were talking about.
5, though. Yeah, he's definitely in there.
That 5, you're talking about Kidd. You're talking about, who else did we have in that mix? Kidd, Steve Nash. He's in that mix.
Because I'm trying to think, to me, all right, Stockton's a better shooter than Magic. Magic has more size, better ball handling. The passing, I think Magic was more flashy, but Stockton, I think, was more efficient with the assist.
Most assists of all time.
That's what I'm saying.
A ton.
Yeah.
Magic was just way more dynamic. I mean,
I said he was flashier, yes. But I think that Stockton was a better shooter.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Stockton was a good shooter.
I think it depends on what we're looking for here.
Magic 5 rings, though. I mean,
I agree. The 5 rings are tough. I wonder what Stockton would have done if he never had to face Jordan. Because that's the same argument we make with Karl Malone.
He would have 2 because those are the only 2 finals he ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 2. I mean, you still got to beat
you still got to beat somebody, yeah.
Still got to beat the Eastern Conference team if it wasn't Jordan. Would have been the Pacers maybe back in the day with like Reggie Miller.
Oh.
Ewing's Knicks.
Pacers team probably, right?
I don't know.
I think
we could do an NBA 2K simulation.
Yeah, man. I
see what happens.
They beat that team.
No, I'm definitely going Magic 1. I'm pretty sure I have Steph Curry or Isaiah 2. I would have to think about it.
Okay.
But between those guys, and then like we were saying, all right, and then you probably put Oscar Robertson and Jerry West over Stockton as well. Then you have the Stockton, Nash, Kidd.
I'm not. I can't go that far with Stockton just yet, man. I feel like Stockton is still in that conversation
with like Steph.
Yeah, no. Steph is still the.
Isaiah?
I feel like Steph is slightly ahead, but I think that Stockton is in that conversation. I do.
Isaiah Robertson?
He's in the conversation.
Whew.
I think he's in the conversation, bro.
He's in the top 5 list, or in the top 6 or 7 list at least.
That's the conversation. That's what I'm saying. It's a conversation, baby.
Well, my man here, Michael Chapman, he thinks very highly of Stockton.
Man,
I'd love to hear his case.
I'm not gonna lie, I like Stockton a lot, bro. Even as a Bulls fan, Jordan fan growing up, like I definitely like Stockton. And I think it's like iconic when I think of Stockton. I always think of like the OG uniforms as well. And it just goes like hand in hand with me of why I like him. Stockton, Hornacek, come on, bro. It was the big boy Greg Ostertag. Come on, man. Ooh. Mm-mm. But either way, that is all good. Hey, and where my man? Hold on. Leonard Gillum. No, I am not a bandwagon Celtics fan. Okay, I peep you. I peep you. You thought you was gonna slide down in there, and I noticed that. I sees all of it. All right. First off, I've had this hat now for a while. But it's doing the heart of the pandemic. Yeah, when I wasn't getting haircuts. But I just like they're iconic. It's the Celtics. But I'm only loyal to LeBron. Okay, wherever LeBron goes, that's where my loyalty lies. All right, and right now he's not in the playoffs, so I can wear whoever I want to wear. I can talk about whatever team I want to talk about. So if I come in here next show with a Golden State Warriors t-shirt on, then just know I got alliance, I got allegiances there, I got ties there. If I pull up in Dallas, I got ties there. All right, I'm supporting people. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Well, you picked the Celtics too.
I did, and I got Heat gear too, dating back to my man. Bro, hey. I got Eric Spoelstra on the t-shirt, bro. I started to put my Heat hat on. Let the Heat win. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What do I have a Mavericks hat? I don't actually. I used to have a Mavericks jersey. I don't. I used to have a dirt. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's watching the games.
I want the OG kid though. Now that I think about it.
OG.
Yeah, the one like you remember the old school logo they had with the little hat on.
Yeah, those were hard. Those jerseys were hard.
Bro, it's nuts though. Kid, legit. I mean, now we know he had to get through Golden State, but how nuts would it be for him to win one as a player for Dallas and then come back as a coach for Dallas and win it again? That'd be nuts, bro.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
All right though. So you said you got Golden State winning the series.
I think so.
I got Golden State winning tonight. You flip. You said the Heat are going to win the series.
No. I think Celtics win the series.
You said Celtics win the series.
Yeah.
Celtics in 6? Because I got Celtics still winning in 7. Just before we go to the next topic.
5.
Fair enough. All right.
Big win out.
All right.
That's a big switch up.
Hey, man. I like your energy, though. I like that. That's big Deke energy right there, man.
Celtics win the 2 at home, and then they go down to Miami and win 2.
I like it.
That was a beatdown.
So with that being said, man, let's go ahead and transition to a little bit some Steeler content right here, man. Like how we got like an hour left too, man. I was just looking at the clock, man. Shout out to us, baby. You know, we won't work long on Friday mornings. We won't do that.
No.
But did want to talk. Shout out to the title, man. This is beautiful. Steelers OTA superlatives. And what do you mean by that? What do we mean? Well, it's a couple of things I wanted to discuss. Number one, we know there's going to be a quarterback competition. Coach Tomlin, Kevin Colbert, everybody has talked about it. But with that being the case, I mean, just starting this thing out, how do we want these reps to be divided? Because we've seen in the past where we thought it was a competition and how those reps were divided. And, some people like that division of labor. Others thought there should have been a little bit more balanced out. And I'm talking about whether it was Mason Rudolph competing against Dwayne Haskins last year in the preseason and how we would look at that and say, well, man, is this really a competition in the sense of who is going with what group repeatedly? If we take it back the years prior to that, where it was Mason versus Dobbs or Landry in the conversation, like we just felt like it was a little bit more fair, is a nice word to put it, in terms of how they would split up the reps or who would take what group and stuff like that. So just, initially starting this thing out with the OTA element of it, how would you want this situation to look, man?
How would I? I mean, you give 100% to Kenny.
Okay.
And let the other guy sit on the bench. But if we're going to say this is a competition, wouldn't it make sense to just do a third each? I don't know how that would work, though. I really don't. Because when you were talking about preseason last year, and I guess even training camp, because you actually got to see some of this stuff. We know what played out in the preseason games where Mason had the number one lineup, right?
Yeah, every time
Claypool and Juju out there, Najee Harris. And then when it was Haskins, he had the backups.
Correct.
What was it like in actual training camp, though?
Yeah, in practice, they would alternate.
Okay.
You would see Haskins with some of the ones, especially because during training camp, remember, Ben didn't practice as often. So you were going to get those guys to be able to switch essentially not period by period, but typically daily. So if it was Monday's practice, we would know right when walkthroughs came out, okay, Dwayne Haskins taking the reps right here with the ones. He's the number one guy for the day. All right, Tuesday come up. Oh, it's Mason today. All right, bet. Mason's the number one guy today. Oh, it's Wednesday. Ben's practicing today. Okay, so Ben's the guy. Let's see who falls at number 2 behind him to kind of get an understanding. And that was how they would alternate them throughout the week. But when the games happened, it was always Mason going out there with the ones. So that part, like I said, was a little bit different. But I want to see, what that looks like this year.
How would you think it's going to play out? Because as I'm thinking about it right now, I mean, do they give Trubisky the nod? Or do you think it's literally going to be Trubisky the nod being he probably has the most success in the NFL. We sign him to this little deal and everything, veteran. Or could you see it being every day it's a different guy at that number 1 spot? And what does that necessarily mean? Is you're just first to go, or do you get the most reps?
No. So the way the reps are divided, they're always going to be even, or at least they should be. Typically during OTAs, you'll get like 12 plays per period.
This is even if Ben was there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing that changed was Ben could dictate how many plays he wanted to stay in. If Ben wanted to throw for all 12, he's going to play the full 12 count. If he wanted to get 9 plays and then give whoever's the backup the following 3, he could do that. If he only wanted to do 6, he could do that. Defensively, the way we would do it, we would split them up 6 and 6, or we would go 6-4-2, depending on, if we wanted our third linebackers to get reps, third defensive guys to get reps. We would always split it 6-4-2, and then when the season hit, man, that thing would be 8-4, and the 3s don't get a rep. That was how it would be. But when you're talking about this time of year where you don't have that clear-cut starter, they could very well do it. Hey, man, you're going to get 4 plays, you'll get 4 plays, you'll get 4 plays. And if we have, 7 clips throughout the day, all right, well, for those 7 periods, you're going to get 4, you'll get 4, you'll get 4, and you'll rotate through just like that.
All with the same offense, all with the same weapons?
Yeah, in a sense. But that's what I'm saying. Like, they could flip-flop them daily, or if they wanted to go by series, because there's been times in my career where they're like, hey, for this period right here, you're with the ones. All right, cool. So you take all the 1 reps. You're out there with all the starters. You're good. All right, this period, hey, you're going in with the 2 unit today. All right, bet. So this guy's going to get a chance. All right, boom, boom, boom. So then you'll go out there with the 2s because it's the same calls. It's just different orders of what they're going to call or what play you might be seeing offensively, defensively. But you're still going to be playing. And coaches, even though they like to keep us in terms of the continuity, they will randomly sub guys in just because if an injury happens, you're not always going to have this guy. We need to know how we're going to work together. So they already would do certain things like that. But when you're talking about a competition, they'll just be more direct with it. you'll see, okay, every couple plays, these guys rotating out. Every couple plays, these two guys are going to be switching in and out. Even if everyone else stays the same, like Deontay's not rotating out. Claypool's not going to be rotating out like that. But you'll look at the quarterback and you'll be like, okay, the offenses stay the same in the huddle. And after a certain amount of plays, that quarterback go out, new got to come in. And that's going to be how they'll rotate them. Okay. And this is how, I hope they keep it as fair like that. And I'll be able to tell you.
that makes sense, right?
Yeah. And like I said, I'll be able to let you know as soon as I see it next week. Like, well, an extent. Of course, I have my rules that I have to follow.
We got some good information last year, though.
Yeah. Like,
it wasn't like it was all hell bad.
Right. As best as I can do, I'll still make sure I communicate like what I'm seeing in the sense of that rotation, because I think that will be a little bit more telling. Like, if I'm looking at, I'm like, bro, it's 12 plays and Mitch is getting 8 of them. I'm like, all right, we see how they leaning right here. But if it's, a little bit more divided up down the middle or in thirds, I think it's very different.
Yeah, I hope they don't lean Mitch just because of the contract, just because of him being a veteran. But I could see it playing out that way where it's like Pickett, hey, man, even though we drafted you first, you kind of got to earn the reps a little bit, earn the respect.
I was going to say the same way you just said, I hope they don't lean Mitch because he's a vet. I was about to say, I hope they don't lean Pickett because he's a draft pick.
Okay. You think they could do that? That would feel a little disrespectful, though, right?
No, honestly, man.
I'd be fine with it.
Right. We know you would, but as players, that's the reality of it. Like, you would much rather a veteran get the opportunity first than a rookie because the rookie hasn't earned anything. It's like, bro, you're just giving something because they called you on the phone. It's like, what have you done at this level? What have you done to earn our respect? What have you done to earn this rep right here? We're not just giving you a rep because you were drafted. Like, that's how, like, veterans view it. So that's what I'm saying, like, from my perspective. I hope they don't just give it to either of them. That's why I wanted it to be a legitimate competition, though.
What's our closest scenario to that? Was it Landry Mason? And they probably still gave Landry the early reps, right? They gave him more of the percentage.
Because he had already been here. We already knew what he was and stuff.
Mason was a third-round pick, too.
It was very different. I'm trying to think a scenario where we've...
Because I don't know what it was like with Ben and Maddox, and Tomlin wasn't even the coach then.
And we're not talking about like other positions, because other positions, competitions happen, draft picks, stuff like that, and we see the hierarchy, but it's different because it's not quarterback. Like, when you're talking about quarterback, it's just, it's different.
Does who goes first matter? If it's split evenly?
It does, but it doesn't. It does in the sense of, all right, even though we could both have our names penciled in, Moats / Deke, QB1. If they tell me I get that rep first, in my mind, I'm the guy. In your mind, you're looking at me saying, okay, he got the leg up right now.
They're leaning him.
Right. Even though it doesn't matter, and that's why I say it matters, but it doesn't, because it's penciled in with a / and we know, hey, this is just my day. But if day one, it starts with you, I feel like they like you a little bit better than me right now.
Could they just go Kenny first due to alphabetical order? Kenny, Mason, then Mitch. Just say we did it alphabetically. Sorry.
They could, but most of the time at the NFL level, it's always based on tenure. You go years.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I was just trying to figure out a way to get Kenny in that number 1 spot early.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is be careful what you wish for, man. Be careful what you wish for.
What do you mean?
You're in such a hurry to throw them out there. Sometimes it's, it's not always sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes things come out there a little fast and it turned out to be, not so glamorous.
Hey, we'll find out.
We will. That's why I said be careful, man. I know you like, yo, just get him out there. I'm like, all right,
here's the thing.
I just don't want to ruin your perspective of your guy.
No. Here's the thing. Here's what I'll say. If he's not looking good, don't put him out there. I expect him to look good, though. I expect him to be playing well.
Not looking good, don't put him out there. No.
Right.
Just put him out there.
If, like, Mitch outplays him or something this offseason, then I guess he has the right to start.
Yeah.
But I expect Pickett to at least have it close, where it's like, okay, why not just go with the young guy? Because we talked about that before with Tomlin. If it's close, I'm going with the young guy. I'm going with the guy we drafted in the first round. I expect Pickett to at least do that, if not just beat him out outright.
Yeah. Like I said, man, we're going to find out. I hope it works out. But I'm just trying to just caution you a little bit, man. You look at the history of rookie quarterbacks, man. It's not glamorous like that, bro.
Got a good situation around him, though. That's what I'm definitely leaning on.
I hear
like
you.
Dak being a 4th-round pick, that was one of the best rookie seasons out there.
I hear you.
He played pretty good.
We're picking outliers, though. That's all. When we really go down the list of the 5 to 10 quarterbacks you're going to name, in contrast to how many quarterbacks have been drafted and supposed to be in these positions, in great situations, high-end picks, you're going to see, like, it's not like that. That's why we talk about the quarterback position always, people reaching for them, because we know it's a crapshoot at times, man. It's a crapshoot.
All right, we'll find out.
But I'm hoping that it works out, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
What else we got for these OTAs here?
Yeah, man. But next thing I wanted to talk about, though, was in terms of storylines. Going into this OTA period, some of the storylines that we're going to be looking at. I mean, we kind of just talked about one in terms of this quarterback situation, right? The QB battle.
Is Tua going to show up?
Oh, it's...
That has to be the top storyline.
See, I was doing my Steelers TV yesterday, and I low-key, we were talking about this, and I said that, and I felt kind of like uncomfortable talking about it on the network.
Why?
I don't know, because it's kind of like, man, how they been talking about it, man? Nobody talks about Tua on their thing. You know what I mean? No, everybody's like hush hush. So literally, we're doing the show, bro. Everybody's always hush hush about Tua. You think about and this is, I love Tua. This is my brother. Don't you? That's no smoke, bro. Listen, when Kevin Colbert has been asked about Tua this offseason, how has he always responded, bro? It's very, mum's the word. We're going to keep it very close to the chest. Oh, yeah, man, everything's good. Nope, yep, optimist, looking up, da-da-da-da. But no real intangible thing. So, I'm like, man, they're asking, hey, what's something that you're looking in to see in this period? What's something that's on your mind? And I'm low-key like, I don't care about these quarterbacks like that. I don't care about this offensive line like that. The thing that I care about is Tua and DeMarvin Leal. Is he present? And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, am I supposed to be putting that out there? But since we on our show right here, it's different. I'm like, yeah, man, that's definitely the one for me.
I think it's on everyone else's minds too. What are we really going to discover? I mean, we talk about the QB reps and the quarterback competition, but I feel like we'll find out way more when training camp comes around and preseason. We can see some nice stuff here. These guys are making nice throws. Yeah. But at the end of the day, is Tua just going to be here? Do we know if he's going to be on the roster? That's what I want to know. Because this is mandatory, right?
The last week of it is mandatory. So he's going to have 9 practices right now that are what we call voluntary, non-voluntary.
Pretty much mandatory, though.
You heard me say non-voluntary is voluntarily, non-voluntarily. Okay. You can volunteer. We saying, hey, we're working, but unless you are one of 3 guys, you're gonna be there. And I don't even know the 3 guys I think of right now, because it used to be Ben. You could say Ben, AB, Elbo, or Troy. Like they would always show up, but they would not have to be. Like we say, it's certain players that we know they don't have to be here, and it's gonna be all right. Right now, I would say Cam, TJ,
Najee. But
I would throw Najee in there because of the position and the workload, but he's definitely
gonna be there.
He's definitely gonna be there. Yeah, because I'm like, even Minka, I'm like, yeah, Minka probably doesn't need to be there. Right. He wouldn't need to, but he's gonna show up. Yeah, Deontay. I want Deontay there. Like,
that's another storyline though. Is Deontay showing up?
I left that one out too. I ain't want to go there. I left that one out.
The first 2 weeks, right? If you're saying they're voluntary,
because the mandatory part is mandatory minicamp, the 3 days that first week of June.
Okay.
So I'm like, Tua definitely has to be there for that. Deontay definitely has to be there.
What does that say for those 2 guys if they're not at the first? You said it's 9 of them?
For Deontay, it's saying that I want the money. And that's why when we talked about him not showing up when OTAs first started, in terms of like the offseason activities, and you were like, oh, that's not really a statement. That's not really saying that. And me and TG both said what? By him not being there, that's him saying, I am not happy. That's him taking an action. That's the first step in the whole contract wars. You start not showing up to voluntary things, and you go by the letter of the law. It's like, hey, man, it's voluntary, so I'm not showing up. If you want to pay me more, then I'll show up to voluntary stuff. That's the first step. It's a soft protest. That's how we look at it. Not soft in the sense of like, oh, man, you weak, but soft in the sense of like, it's not going to draw a crazy amount of attention, but you know what it is. We can identify it. We've seen this before. This is status quo for guys going through contract negotiations in a sense. You don't show up to the off-season activities and stuff like that. So now, when you're talking about the practice part, if he's not there, I think it doesn't change anything in the sense of his how well he's going to play this year. I don't think that has any indictment on that. I think that Deontay's still going to be an exceptional player, and I think he's still going to continue to be ascending in this league. But the message that it gives to the organization is, I am really upset. I really want this amount of money, and if you guys aren't going to pay me, I don't know how much I'm going to do the extra. Because OTAs, even though it's team, is still considered extra because it's voluntary. You could be on a vacation. You could be chilling with your family if you wanted to. This is your off-season time. So with that being the case, it's like for Deontay, if he does not show up, that's the message that he's sending to them. That's what he's telling them. And the same would be with Tuitt. I think that it looks different for Tuitt than Deontay, because with Deontay right now, it would totally and 100% be contract related. Mm-hmm. If it's Tuitt, you're going back to the same conversations and thoughts we've been having all offseason and all last year. Is he invested? Does he want to play? Is this need bigger than what anybody told us? Like, what's going on here? I just think that it would cause a lot more concern with Tuitt not being there for any of these voluntaries. Whereas Deontay, I don't think is going to be viewed the same. I think with Deontay, it's strictly contract related. And as soon as he's good and he got his money, he's going to be good to go. I think with Tuitt, it's definitely going to be a lot more eyes on that situation, man.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Tuitt, there's just...
Like, how could you not show up, bro?
So much vagueness then at that point with Deontay, you're right. It's all about contract. But I think the thing that I'm still good with Deontay is he hasn't made the statement like Deebo Samuels or any of these other receivers like A.J. Brown and whatnot saying, I'm not playing until I get this contract.
Right. Now,
he can still be unhappy, which understood. Yeah, you want your money.
You heard the difference, right? Deebo, hard stance. Hard protest. Deontay, soft protest. Both are still effective, but one is definitely a lot more blunt, in your face, wow factor, Deebo. Whereas with Deontay, it's definitely more, my image is still intact. It's not really taking a hit, but my message is getting out there. Like, they both can work. I just think with Deebo, though, think about how much more movement and moving pieces have been around Deebo since he's made that statement in terms of the trade speculation. The Niners having to really come out and say, no, we really want to get him done. Like, we're not letting him leave and stuff like that. You got way more action from that style. Whereas with the way Deontay is approaching it, we know he wants more. We know that he's not the most happy guy right now, but because he's taking this approach, the Steelers and other teams haven't really had to say anything or do anything in response to his actions. So I look at it kind of as a pro and a con.
Yeah, when we talked about Deontay, I don't really think he's got that much leverage in the situation. I think it'll be more interesting if he plays really well this year and then we end up tagging him.
Yeah. Because
then I think... I don't know how much leverage he'll have at that point either, because who knows how Pickens and Austin play, because we'll have Claypool back for another year on his contract, and then we could just
those are the two
maybe
guys,
replace Deontay with those two guys if he wants to sit out.
Though. Those are the two. Actually, I won't even throw Austin now. I'll just say Claypool and Pickens. If Claypool say Claypool continues on what he's doing from last year, but continues to improve, and then Pickens gives you a 700. You're not looking at Deontay saying, I want to pay you 15, 18.
We'll draft
20.
another guy in the second round.
Like, bro, we got this. Like, we're feeling good. Or you even go free agency and you can still get somebody for a cheaper per year than paying Deontay anywhere between 15 to 20 mil.
Yeah.
That's
There's always going to be an Emmanuel Sanders dude out there that can give you 600-700.
And what they say, receivers are like the new running backs right now, man. You're finding them wherever, like. Bro. You're finding these dudes. Yeah, it's every single year. It's like, oh, all right, well, I'll pay that guy. We'll just get another guy.
Yeah, have a good quarterback.
Yeah.
And receivers can be made, essentially, right? You could have, with Mahomes, I know they're going to miss Tyreek Hill, but
they're not going to fill it to that. Like, not on that. Like, it's not going to be unbearable.
Yeah, what situation would you rather have for offense?
Yeah.
Chiefs or Dolphins?
Exactly.
Dolphins got all the pieces. They got all the weapons now.
And the big question mark where? Most important position, yes.
Chiefs, They drafted Sky Moore, brought in Juju, Valdez Scantling.
Still got Harmon out there. Yeah, man.
I think they'll be fine because they have Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
I think they will be.
Yeah. Oh, and they
if I had to bet money.
Oh, and they still got Kelsey. Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah.
And they got the coaches to go with them as well.
But yeah, I think right now, state of the league, if we're talking about team building, I like how the Steelers are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We got a nice offense, young offense.
Yeah.
But if you look at how we have our salary cap allocated, I think we spent the least on our offense this upcoming year. Most on the defense. Yeah. And that's not ripping on the offense, like, oh, we need to pay more. It's just we have these dudes at the right point in their contracts where they're all young, but they're all ascending. Like, I still have confidence in our offense.
And we're still holding true to our method of building through the draft. Now, obviously, we revamped the offensive line more so through free agency. And we're not saying that we don't bring in pieces through free agency, but when you talk about the core of our team, it's drafts. It's draft picks. It's not kind of like when we talk about the difference of like the Ravens, or not the Ravens, but the Rams, where it's like, okay, these guys were traded for, or free agent signed and stuff like that. Not a lot of homegrown. With us, we look at our rosters like, bro, we got a lot of dudes that we've had for a while now, man.
How the hell did they get Allen Robinson?
Yeah.
Also got Bobby Wagner.
Yeah. It's nuts, right?
And they're talking about bringing back Beckham somehow.
It's nuts, bro.
How are they doing this?
It's nuts. I don't know.
They just signed Stafford to like a $40 million a year contract.
You know why?
You have Aaron Donald. You have Jalen Ramsey. How are you doing?
Listen. They called up Goodell. It was like, hey, you see that salary cap switch? Turn it off on our team. And that's all they do. Just turn it off and they go.
I wonder when they're gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Because Cooper Kupp, when's his big contract? Does he have one yet? I don't think he has his big contract yet.
No, he has to have gotten paid by now.
How much you think? Something. I don't think it's to the level of
he's not Devontae money. He's
being offensive player of the year, though.
He's probably in the 20s, though, right?
Because when did he get his contract? Like, he had a good couple seasons with
That's
Goff,
what I'm saying, yeah.
but not to last year's extent.
I thought Woods got paid first, and then Cooper got paid.
What's your guess?
I said he's getting 20 a year.
I'm gonna guess like 10. Okay, it's 3 for 47. So what is that? 15.
All right, so okay.
So that's right in between.
Yeah.
When did he sign that? He signed that in 2020, it looks like.
So, yeah, he's
coming
coming
If he's getting 15.
Yeah,
I mean, that's probably part of the reason why they can afford all these guys.
Yes. How the heck is Cooper Kupp get 15, bro? That is, oof. So, yeah, he's up then, what, in the year? How many he has left? One more?
Saying he's still under contract 2023.
So, no. So, yeah, this would be the final year of it then.
No. Well, this counts as 2022. This upcoming
so he has this and another. Oh,
that's what it looks like.
Okay. I thought you were saying it ends in 2023, as in like.
Well, I don't know.
This season is over in 2023.
3 years. Maybe there's a player option or something. Because I'm seeing potential out.
Okay.
Maybe there's a player or team option. It's saying free agent 2024 though, unrestricted free agent.
Okay, so that would be 2 seasons then. Yeah.
Maybe he needs to start playing some hardball.
Sheesh.
At least after next year.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
This year would have been a good time to do it. Coming off of
2,000
receiving yards essentially.
With Von Miller. Listen, man. Listen, Super Bowl MVP, Offensive Player of the Year. I need all that money. I need all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they couldn't keep him off. They lost Von Miller.
Yeah.
To the Bills.
Absolutely, man.
Wait, I don't know if we ever talked about that signing in detail. How did you feel about that?
I mean, I'm cool with it.
It's a lot of money, but I think it gets cut off at a certain point, right?
Yeah, it's only 50.
After 2 or 3 years.
Like 3 for 50. The whole 6 for like 100 or whatever, that was more so for the cap part of it, but it's 3 for 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else with Steelers OTAs, storylines and whatnot? I mean, we're on the same page with Tuitt and Deontay. I just want to know if they're going to show up.
So if we had to, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
If you got to pick who's showing up, man. One, both, or neither.
Wow.
Let us know in the chat too, man. I wanted to put a poll up. I started making a poll, bro.
I think Tuitt's going to be back. So
is Tuitt showing up?
You got to show up, right? For not being around for this extended period of time. I feel like you got to show up. Should we make
this a poll?
Yeah.
Ask the people?
Yeah, I don't know how you phrase it.
Who shows up to OTAs?
Oh, yeah.
First?
Who shows up? And then you have Deontay, Tuitt, or neither.
OTAs.
Wow.
Deontay.
These are the voluntary ones we're talking about.
I'm going to say Deontay. I'm going to say Tuitt. I'm going to say both. And then I'll say neither. So you got all the options.
This is not the mandatory ones,
correct.
Right?
This is just
the initial ones.
OTA practices start next Tuesday. Okay? Who shows up to
I
OTAs?
think it's to it.
Deontay to it? Both?
I think it's to it.
Neither.
I don't think Deontay shows up, though.
So you're saying no Deontay?
Yeah. Thinking no Deontay. But he shows up for the mandatory. I think he plays the offseason out.
Okay.
Training camp, preseason. I think all that stuff happens.
Yeah.
'Cause it's in his best interest to do that. Not being at these volunteer OTAs. I don't know. Does it matter that much to him?
Who?
Deontay. The only benefit for him is probably just building a rapport with one of the quarterbacks because that's going to help his individual season.
So the way it works like this, if Deontay is showing up, the benefits are this. It builds a rapport with the quarterbacks.
Quiets noise down maybe too a little bit.
Well, yeah, so I'm going to give you a list. I'll give you a list. So it builds up the rapport. It's going to quiet the noise in the sense of, okay, how disgruntled is he really? That was AB's approach. AB would show up to every OTA, even when he was trying to get the money, even when he was pissed off about the contract, he still show up. It just makes it better. It's like a sign of good faith.
Yeah, you never heard about AB being disgruntled about a contract at all.
Yeah, and we were here for a couple of them. It's just a sign of good faith, like just show up. Mike Hilton, he was another one. He would show up. He didn't get the deal that he wanted, but it also kept it very quiet for him. But he was pissed at times with the money that he was getting here for what he was doing on the field. But he showed up. So when you show up, it does give you just that good faith that keeps everything chill. It also protects you. If you get hurt at OTA practice, it's on the team. Team got to cover you. Team got to make sure that money right. Team has to handle everything. If you get hurt and you're not there, that's on you. They don't have to pay you. If they want, they can even try to recruit because you got hurt doing something that was not a part of the team's activities. Even if you slipped going into the facility and tore your ACL, as long as you were doing something on the team's dime, on their watch, you are good. When you are not there, every day that Deontay and Tuitt don't show up to something like that, whatever could happen, not Lord willing, nothing does happen when they get hurt, but it does happen. You pull a hammy. Seen dudes pull hammies, man, working out on their own, and then when they show up and it's like, oh, well, you're hurt? All right, well, you got to go. Or you're hurt? All right, we're going to find you. Oh, you're hurt? This, because you weren't there. So that is the other thing that Deontay and Tuitt, if they're not showing up, put themselves kind of in just a little bit more danger. You know what I mean? It's just added risk. Not saying that, you know, it makes it higher probability or a lower probability of them getting hurt. You can get hurt doing whatever. But it's just something else that you have to account for now. So that's the other part of it. Yeah.
That being the case, I might switch my answer. I think they're both there. I think they're both there, though.
But like, just think about it. Like, players have not shown up before the OTAs, and it's not a common thing, but it happens. You know what I mean? And it doesn't always have to be a negative. But like I said, man, when it doesn't work out or a guy gets hurt, you're in a bind, man. You're stuck.
How you leaning?
Low-key leaning neither, bro.
Whoa.
Neither. I don't
Did they show up to the mandatory,
I don't think Deontay shows up any of these OTAs because that is status quo for trying to get that money, and I don't think he is going to be able to force their hand by not, taking a little bit more of a harder stance. Because, as we already said, he really doesn't have leverage here. The Steelers have him under contract. The Steelers can find him when it gets to the season if he were to try to sit out. The Steelers also can tag him after this season. They just have way more, luxury right there.
He doesn't have AB type of impact on the offense.
Absolutely. And he doesn't already have AB type of money in the bank where he can afford to sit out. Like, that's the other part of it. So that's why I do think for him, this is the next progression in the sense of how do you get that message out there, but at the same time, not make you the villain, not make you the bad guy. You just don't show up to the voluntary stuff because, people, oh man, how you not there? It's voluntary. Just hit them with, it's voluntary. It's voluntary. That's what you hit them with. It's voluntary. And that's why we want you to check attendance because it's voluntary. You shouldn't be able to check. That was like our whole argument with the PA doing the CBA back in 2011, to get that type of stuff in there. It's like, if it's voluntary, you don't need an attendance. I don't want to hear if I'm there or not or why this and this is voluntary.
what happens? Is it just reporters being there and they
word of mouth? No, so
tweet it out and stuff?
Yeah, so in a sense, what a reporter would do, they're smart. They catch a player coming off the field. Hey man, how was such and such day of practice?
Oh, so they don't actually see the practices?
No. Yeah, reporters, they don't get the reporters only there for the first like 15 minutes of practice and the last 15 minutes. So they see stretch and warm up, and they can see like the final 7 to 10 plays of the team. But yeah, they're not watching the whole thing like us. Like my situation a little different, so that's why typically I get to see a lot more of that stuff. And when I'm doing the radio show with the team, we get that type of access. But the rest of the media is like, nah, y'all gotta do over there, baby.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, I'm not gonna say that, but the way it comes out is the reporter will just simply ask one of the players coming off the field, and if a player confirms it, then they could talk about it. So if a player is like, yo, if you say, yo, man, I seen, even if we could be watching, say we're reporters and we're watching Kenny Pickett throw 3 picks right now, we can't say that Kenny threw 3 picks. We could be like, yeah, man, the quarterback's struggling today, man, with some turnovers. We cannot say, yo, he threw 3 picks. Now, say you're Najee, and I say, hey, Najee, man, was that Kenny throwing those 3 picks? And you're like, yeah, man, he had a rough one. Now I can say, yeah, man, Kenny Pickett threw 3 picks today, man, per Najee or per my source. Yeah, it's nuts, bro. That's how it works, bro. Yeah.
Per source.
Yeah, per source. Yeah, but it has to come like from a player, and you have to be able to go back and say like, yo, this was the player that told me.
How'd you respond to that stuff?
To me, I didn't really have an issue with it because I think when I was here in Pittsburgh, all of our headline people were there. Like L. Bell, I'm trying to think. Yeah, because the year when L. Bell set out, that was my first year in AZ. The whole time I was there, that was when L. Bell was trying to get the money, and we knew like, yo, he's balling out, but you better take care of him. When AB wanted to get the money, he showed up. And that was his whole thing. He was like, yo, I ain't happy at all. And he would talk so much. Oh, my God. He would let them know every day. But we knew it was like, yo, he's here. So ain't nothing y'all can say. Just pay that man. And that's what we was all happy when he got his money. Even, I'm trying to think. When Al wanted to get his money, he still showed up. Everybody showed up when they wanted to get paid, bro. Like, so we never really had to deal with, hey, man, was such and such there today? Like, we didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah, and you probably weren't asking, did Ben throw picks?
Nah, not at all.
Was Bell fumbling? None of that stuff mattered. There were so many proven guys.
Right, yeah.
There wasn't.
Yeah.
There wasn't like the hot button or the hot topic guy there during that time period.
Yeah,
really?
We were just like,
right?
We felt like really complete. We felt we had stars, role players. We had everything we needed. So it really wasn't a ton of that. It was, can y'all get home field advantage? Can y'all get the 1 seed? Is this going to get y'all the 1 seed? So when OTAs would start before the practices, like when we talk about the workouts and stuff, we would have 100% pretty much participation then, because our mindset was it takes all of us on day 1 to go ahead and get that 1 seed to hopefully get that Lombardi. That's why, like, when you hear us talk about these guys not showing to some of the stuff, it's like, I get it. And to most people, it probably doesn't matter. But to us, it does, because we felt that was one of the biggest reasons why we were able to be as close as we were and overcome everything that we were having to overcome during that time period. But like I said, you can still win either way. But from the guys that I talk to, even guys that do have rings, they're like, nah, man, we would all be here for this. We were all committed to that. We were all doing it this type of way because that's just how you do it, you know?
The rumors and stuff probably really started to heat up with Martavis Juju, maybe. Was that it? And Bell then?
No, the one time when the rumors started to heat up was when we were thinking that Tay could get the suspension.
Okay.
Because we were starting to get the rumblings about it before training camp. So we knew, okay, something could be up. Did he fail? Was it legitimate? Like, because it was like you know how it is, man. When you got that one guy, you're like, God, dog, all right, we know something's going on, Tay. And Tay ain't really talking to nobody except 7, and he's really not talking to 7. We all just kind of like, okay, bro. Are we good or are we not good? Oh, bro, chill. I got this, man. We good. I'm like, all right. And yeah, 3 weeks later, when we see 7 with that look in his face, I said, oh, we haven't seen that look in a while. Yes, 7's mad with somebody. Oh, he stopped you. Oh, you're lying. Yeah, it was one of those situations, bro.
Damn.
Yeah. But then, because even with the whole tweet thing, when, like, it was funny in the moment, but when we got there, it was only awkward like the first 20, 30 minutes. And that's because like us as athletes, like we make it awkward. So we get in the locker room, we like, hey yo Juju, or hey yo Sammy, what is it? It's the who you, right? So just for the sake of it. But at the end of the day, like we knew, okay, we all gonna be here. It's all good. It's all love. But yeah, outside of that, like we don't really like. We weren't dealing with that type of stuff. You know,
did it actually get bad? Because Martavis doubled down on it with like an Instagram post at some point in the season.
To me, it never got bad. Like, you know, we was dealing with doing those type of things, bro.
that was mild stuff.
I was about to say, yeah. That's not even a blip on the radar compared to what we were dealing with. We had, you know, major issues.
A Martavis Instagram post about not getting the ball more.
Yeah, I think we had a lot more that was on our plate. That's all, man. Yeah, a lot more that was on our plate, bro.
So what's the poll saying?
All right, so the poll says
that's pretty even, huh?
So you said who shows up to OTAs between Deontay Johnson and Stephon Tuitt? So 18% says that Deontay will show up. 24% say that Tuitt will show up. 28% say that both will show up. And then right now, at 29%, they say neither are showing up. So not a lot of optimism. Oh,
yeah.
It's very even across, but man.
So what's 100 minus 28? 72% are saying someone's not showing up, essentially.
Yeah. Well, because now it finalized at 30% for neither. So neither ended up being 30%. Both was 28%. So 70% at least think that
someone's not showing up. Just one person.
Yeah,
at least one person.
Yeah.
Wow.
And nobody's believing it. Well, the least amount believe in Deontay, though.
Yeah.
Dang. It's the contract, bro. But then
I liked your explanation for showing up to OTAs. It makes me think, like, why not show up then? If you're going to be working out anyway, at least.
That was our whole
Now, if you get injured, it's on their dime. You could at least help with the team building, build a rapport with the quarterback, because that's going to help your individual season and quiet the noise. So it seems like there's a lot of positives to show.
For me, I looked at it both of those ways. Especially once I had the money and I was already established. Like when I was in Buffalo my last season there, man, I remember looking at I had one or two teammates, and one guy had already been on the team and he wouldn't show up for OTAs, but he was like, yo, he's already been here. The other guy we had just signed and he wouldn't show up either, but he was a veteran. So I'm like, yo, I don't really want to be here, but I'm like, yo, if I'm be working out anyways, I'm only working out at the crib. I stay 15 minutes from the facility. Why am I gonna have to? Why go pay to go train here or risk the injury there to do the exact same thing I'm gonna be doing here? And they're gonna pay me for showing up. Now, granted, you don't get paid substantial money during OTAs, but I'm like, I still would much rather get paid to work out than me go pay somebody to work out. If you know we're talking about it like that, so that was definitely my approach as well. Like, you know what, man, let me just show up. It's just simple. They gonna feed me the free food, free meals, drinks, everything I need. I'm gonna see my boys anyways. I don't like the coaches. All right, cool. Yeah, I can avoid this coach over here. I'll be all right. Like that was just kind of like my thought process, man.
Yeah.
And then when you come to Pittsburgh, it's like, bro, everybody's showing up. What are we? It's not even a debate. Yeah.
Hopefully Deontay's there. Tuitt too. Tuitt is more of a priority to me, for sure.
I would agree with that.
Because you're right. If it's Deontay, as long as Deontay shows up to the mandatory stuff, fine. We know he's going to play. He's disgruntled about the contract. That's life. That's what happens in the NFL. At least he didn't do the whole thing with Debo and all the other young receivers in the NFL where they're like, I'm not even playing if I don't get a good contract here. I think there was something else on my mind here in relation to OTAs. Do we have anything else in relation to those guys?
Not off the top of my head. No.
What about OTAs in general? Is there going to be a Dotson report out there? Because that's I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of competitions and stuff.
That was when the report started coming out last year too, right? Him being in the doghouse. Yeah.
Because that's probably the only competition really out there, right? Outside of you can maybe talk about Bush and Miles Jack.
Corners as well.
There's competition.
No, what's the division of labor though? Because Cam Sutton last year did play predominantly outside. We are assuming that he's going to the slot, but we haven't seen it just yet.
Okay, something to look out for at least.
And I think the safety position, Edmonds and company.
Okay.
Kazi, Carl.
Edmonds will definitely get the superior division of labor to start off with.
100%.
But I guess offensive line, it's like who's at center, who you got at guard. Is there going to be a Dawson report out there?
Yeah.
They're just going to throw something out there. Trying to tear my man down. Don't be doing that.
But it builds him up, though. He plays better with his back against the wall. You trying to give him pats on the back, and he don't play well with pats on the back, man. He showed it with the diamond. He showed it with the rhinestones and the do-rag when he was patting him on the back, man. I don't want the shiny do-rag. I want the gutter do. I want the black and gold one that's split down the middle. I want that one.
Hopefully we get the Dotson Moore combo that we saw in preseason last year.
Yes.
And we actually get it in the regular season this year. Yeah, they were mauling dudes.
Yeah.
They were road graders with that running game. So, yeah, hopefully we get that.
Yeah. All right. So
I don't think there's anything else, though. That was just some of the other stuff that came to mind.
Absolutely, man.
Just in terms of competitions. Yeah. The O-line is up there. I would put that in the top 3 or 4. No, you got the QB, 2 at Deontay. Do they show up? Mm-hmm. Maybe how does Leal look, but maybe you throw that in with Tuitt and Deontay. Mm-hmm. And I'd say O-line, how's this going to look? And Mason Cool center, that's what I'm hoping. Mason Cool center, left guard Dotson.
Because I was going to say for even the linebacker position, D. Bush, I can't, like, OTA D. Bush, I better not be able to say he's playing bad in OTAs. Like, there's nothing physical about OTAs. And we said last year, it wasn't his athlete. It wasn't him running around. It was the physicality part. It was the just being confident part. I should not be able to tell that during OTAs because it's shirts and shorts. So he should look phenomenal. Like I thought he looked last year doing training camp. And, because he didn't do OTAs. But during training camp, he was like, yo, he looked good. He's fast. He's running around. He's playing well. And then when the physicality part, that's where it disappeared a little bit. So during OTAs, I fully anticipate even Devin flying around, looking good. We're going to see some cover stuff. But yeah, other than that, man, let's wait and see with him, man. So
I thought his week 1 was really good against the Bills.
Yeah.
He made that one sideline tackle that was good. The defense as a whole was really nice against the Bills.
I would agree, man.
But after that, I guess it wasn't really noticeable week 2, week 3, but then week 4, week 5, season on, things started to stick out with Devin Bush's play, and it was a little unfortunate. I was just waiting week in and week out for the turnaround. Remember that?
I do.
I think I lost like $25.
It happens, man. Is this week going to be better than last week for Devin?
Well, Devin, the one question was like, Deke, I'll bet you does Devin Bush play good? And he was like, I say no.
Good. It was like, if we can point to a play where we're just like, yo,
I think it was literally like the first series of the game. People were tweeting me, Deke, you lost that bet already.
I definitely remember us getting to that point, which is crazy. That was very unfortunate, but that was definitely, I do remember that, bro.
But then Bush started around a little bit at the end of the season. A little bit. Like, he made some nice plays in the Titans game. He got the pick in the Chiefs game.
Yeah.
But, he actually helped get the pick in the Vikings game. But he was a big part of the reason why they
was getting
dropped 200 yards on us rushing in the first half.
God, absolutely, man. Yeah, man.
What a weird season. And then he had some of the bad sound bites of, I don't know who next week's opponent is.
Oh, Buddy Johnson was getting reps in the game. Oh, man, it's good for the young guys to get opportunities. Yeah, like, bro, chill.
Want to read some of these super chats then?
Yeah, let's do that, man, because we're about to be wrapping this thing up anyway.
Okay. All right, so I am at R. Barley.
All right, let me see.
R. Barley 18.
All right, I'm
gold one.
I'm a couple ahead of you then. All right, let me see. All right, Stockton. Okay, here we go. Official Momentum, a.k.a. Maurice. He says, y'all don't want that smoke on the hoop courts. Uh-oh, man. That's low-key my first love. Y'all better chill out, man. We do that basketball thing now. We do that. That's what we do. All right. Benjamin Butts. Shout out to Benjamin. He says, Moats, what was Joey Porter like as a coach? Insane. Jerry Porter. That's what we call him, Jerry. Shout out to Pac-Man for that, But nah, man, Peasy, man, love Peasy to death, man. Peasy was an awesome coach. Players coach, though, to the true meaning of it. But I think that it was just a good timing, too. Me being veteran, like we had a veteran group, me, Debo, Jarvis, even Bud. Bud grew up in that thing with us, Then when you talking about your young boys, at one point being Anthony Chickalo, he helped develop him. And then obviously TJ Watt, his rookie year for Joey, man. But yeah, Peasy, man, was, going to motivate you. It's going to be fun as heck to be around. Going to take care of you as players as well, as long as you take care of him. That's his whole thing. He's like, as long as you do what you're supposed to do in practice, if you need to take a couple reps, I get you up out of there a couple reps early. But don't you screw me. I need that clip clean. I everything need to be looking good, you know? And the same with the games. Like, you know, hey, y'all go out there and do what y'all need to do. I'm cool. We don't got to do all this meeting, round the clock stuff like that. But it was more so like that work relationship. Like, hey, if you do for me, I'll do for you. And that's why it worked out well. Man, love Peasy, man. That's my dude. All right, Mike Lathan. He says 7 versus Kenny P in hoops. Who y'all got? Been nice in basketball.
Yeah, I think
Kenny hoop. I don't know if Kenny could hoop. I know Ben nice though.
Yeah.
Like Ben nice.
So I think you gotta take Ben. I was gonna say Ben's
Who's
definitely
though, bro.
I was gonna say Ben's definitely bigger, but I guess not by much with Kenny Pickett almost being 6'4".
Cause see, I know Ben can shoot, but I wonder like in terms of like the movement at this stage compared to Kenny.
Kenny would probably have the speed.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he has the basketball skill though.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, cause Ben was, you're right. He was like really good in high school.
Ben is one of them athletes where you're just like, yo, anything he does, he can just do at a crazy high level. Like that's Ben. Like certain guys just gifted like that. He's one of them, bro.
I think you take Ben then, just knowing he actually has the basketball skill.
Yeah, I'm taking Ben.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think, man. Best hoopers when I was there. Shoot, it was probably Ben, L. Bell, and Cam. Yeah, Cam Hayward. Yeah.
On the hoop court.
Dude, Cam nice. And Cam big, like big athletic like that. That bro.
Big Baby Davis.
Yeah. No, similar. Like can handle a rock, get to the cup, man, can shoot. Yeah, bro. But you go to Cam house, man, he got like a basketball gym, like, yeah.
So Bell's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. L Bell, nice.
How's AB?
I've never seen AB
He got that lefty shot.
Yeah, I've never seen him play. I heard he a hawk though. They say he don't like to pass. From what I heard. Cause
James Harden.
Yeah, we run pickup games, so obviously we do the Steelers like basketball stuff. Yeah. They say AB don't want to pass. I'm like, yo, I don't want to play a guy like that. I'm cool.
I could see Joe Hayden being good.
Yeah, Joe probably nice. I've never seen him play.
Okay.
But he probably is.
Who else?
Oh man.
Najee, I mean, you haven't seen him play.
Yeah. You want me to tell you somebody
Who's bad? Martavis lose the handle.
I ain't gonna do my dog like that.
I can see Deontay being good.
Listen, it's some guys that are like crazy athletic, crazy fast on the field, and you're like, bro, they should be able to translate. And they don't translate. Oh my God. Some of these dudes where you put them on the court, they're like a fish out of water. I'm like, bro, how are you an NFL athlete? Moving like that.
Basketball skills different.
It's very
just
different.
like it is for baseball or any like hockey.
True.
All these different skills takes time to develop sometimes.
But there's definitely some dudes I'll be looking like, bro, what is that? Yeah, man. Yeah. So we keep this going though, man. Cause we got about like 10 minutes, so we gotta roll. All right. Some swag just joined. Some swag gaming. Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Baby, welcome to the family. All right, now we are at R. Barley.
Says Moats, tell me what I'm missing. I watched 18 games of Pickett, all 22. I was far from impressed. Mm-hmm. Seems to miss guys unless they have 3 to 5 steps on them. Maybe seen 5 to 8 NFL quality throws. What am I missing?
No, I mean,
wow.
Honestly, I can understand that sentiment. That's some of the things that I talked about when I was saying why I was hesitant on Kenny, but at the same time, a little bit optimistic about him. I didn't think that he had a ton of NFL caliber throws because I do think that Jordan Addison and the receivers did generate really good separation at times. But I did see enough NFL caliber throws from Kenny because this is the thing.
This is the Mac Jones effect.
Yeah, but this is college football, bro. At the college level, man, it's very hard to find it even across the board, receivers versus corners. A lot of times collegiately, the offenses are ahead of it. The receivers are ahead of it. That's why you get so many 40, 50-point games. So you're going to see a ton of that. You just hope that you can single out maybe 15 to 20, 20 to 30, what we call NFL caliber throws. And not even touchdown passes. I'm talking back hash, deep 15-yard out. Okay, I'm talking 2 hook defenders. You need to put that ball right in the middle of the hash. On a dime before those guys can close in. I'm talking, this guy's running a stop route where you're going 10 yards, break down, turn around. I want that ball out before he's turning around. Those are NFL caliber throws. So it's not a ton that you're going to get a chance to see And especially like if you're not knowing to look for those little things, it's not gonna flash, it's not gonna pop. But as like a linebacker and just a guy who's played, is like we know what's open in the NFL. And if this is the separation that he's throwing in college, it's like, yeah, to me, this is still a good throw, but this is not an NFL throw. Because in the NFL, how often are you getting this? We talk about, man, how many times is a defender right here draped on him, or he's pulling him, hugging him, doing something, and you got to put that ball on a hip, on a chest pocket, like real pinpoint accuracy. You're not going to get a ton of that in college because the defenses just aren't caught up to that level. You might have one or two guys on defense that can cover like that, but as a whole, it's just not set up for it to be like that. So it's always going to be hard with some of these college guys in terms of can they do it at that level because of that part of it. So that's why for me, like when we talk about Kenny, I can understand why you could be a little bit optimistic, but at the same time, real skeptical about him because that's how a lot, I mean, Trevor Lawrence, you look at Trevor Lawrence tape coming out, it looked very similar in the sense of a lot of separation with some of this. Now you just trust that, hey man, we've seen enough tight window throws from him and he has the prototypical size in the arm. So you give him the benefit of the doubt. But as a whole, a lot of the dudes tape look like Joe Burrow's tape look like that. Man, we was throwing to Jamar Chase and Deke on Justin Jefferson. Man, them dudes was wide open. But you saw enough of those plays. And that's the thing, you know?
Yeah, I will say from what I saw with Kenny Pickett, I feel like even though there were dudes open because it just was, we had a high-powered offense last year.
Like,
Kenny was always accurate, though.
Yeah.
On those throws, hitting the dudes in stride all the time. And then I do think there were some throws where you sat back, that's a pro throw. There definitely was that there from Kenny Pickett, but he also has the mobility too. I like the leadership. So I think there's what you're saying. I think there's more benefits for Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what he brings to the table. Because you're right, you're not going to get the full array of everything in college football. But I think all of it's there. And what you can also say, though, decision making. I mean, he's making the right reads. He's throwing it to the right guys.
Absolutely. No, they're not knocks. It's not a negative. It's just what college football has become right now. When you see them college scores start to come back down, you know, and I don't think they ever will because just marketing wise, it's easier to draw more fans to higher scores.
Yeah.
People like that excitement versus like in terms of catching the casual viewer, not necessarily like the true football heads, but like the casual viewer. That's just the easier way to do it. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to shift anytime soon, honestly, man.
That was our Barley. Let's go, UW. What are the odds Tua shows up to OTAs since he's been out for over a year? Well, you saw it in the poll. What people think the odds are?
Yeah, it's not looking too good. I hope he shows up though, man. I do, man. That's my dude. I want to see him back on that field, man, doing what he loves.
Steeler Nation on fire. I feel like each quarterback should get the half.
The first half, I think is what he's saying.
The half to see how they start the game and see how they finish the half.
Oh, get the first of the start the game and then before halftime. He's trying to see situational football. He want to see him in like a regular
preseason?
Opening. I'm assuming because he want to see him like in a regular situation where it's, you know, the game is starting out or the quarter starting out. Then see you at the end of the half where you got to operate 2-minute drill, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, that is stuff that coaches do look into and they try to get those looks and those reps and stuff like that. It's just, you never know how the flow goes, man. But that is something that they are going to be trying to do, though.
Trevin, well, actually, we got a upper room member.
Oh, shout out to AC. AC, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, baby. Welcome to the family.
Trevin Kinchole. If Deontay doesn't show up to the OTAs, do Pickens and Austin give the Steelers confidence to try and trade for a position of need, maybe a center or a cornerback one?
The only way I see that happening is if these dudes look pro-ready day one. And not just look the part, but are executing at an extremely high level, understanding the playbook and the concepts of it. Like, that's a lot to ask in terms of just showing up day one OTAs and going through 9 practices and that giving them that much confidence. Like, we saw TJ and we thought TJ was one of the most pro-ready prospects when he got here. I still don't think we necessarily would have felt that comfortable after 9 practices. I think it got even more when we saw him in pads and then we saw him in preseason games and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think that, you know, them seeing these guys in OTAs are going to drastically sway them one way or the other. Like if they're going to trade Deontay, they're already looking into trading him. I don't think that Pickens and Austin have swayed them or will sway them over these next 9 practices.
And then Trevin just clears up the end of his comment by saying trade Deontay for a position of need. But we got what he was saying.
Yeah.
And then let's see here. Michael Latham says, since the Eagles got Davis, should we get Hargrave? Not the worst call. I mean, he's getting paid a decent amount.
Hey, Pro Bowl.
He did, yeah. Deserved. I mean, he's been playing good.
No, absolutely.
He's definitely been playing good since his last season with the Steelers and the Eagles. He's been really steady. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I don't know. We got to give up.
Yeah, just give him to it.
I mean, that would be a fair trade.
There you go for that.
I'd say that's a fair trade.
For who? For Pittsburgh, not for Philly.
Well, if Tua plays, though.
Yeah.
If Tua plays, that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all depends on there's so many questions. One, does he just want to play football?
Yeah.
So there's that. Mm-hmm. Does he want to play with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah, it's another.
Because if he wants to play football but just doesn't want to play with the Steelers,
well, then that's a different conversation.
We can make this trade. We can make it happen. Fish momentum. Prayers to Tuitt and Johnson. # my Steelers stories.
Hey man, he don't know if they're gonna make it out here or not, man.
Jack Henderson, what's good? He said he's getting married tomorrow.
Yo, let's go, man.
Godspeed.
Congrats, man. Shout out to that invite too. We appreciate you for that. Absolutely, man.
Sean Diddy 6. How much do we have in cap space? And do you guys think we need another running back?
The cap space, what was it, at 9 you said? And
I've seen 12, and then it's 9 in effective cap space, whatever that means.
I thought 9 was like, I guess like what we could still spend after like the draft picks getting signed and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's what I would assume too.
But yeah, I think we should get another running back. I understand we're gonna wait to see what Mateo Durant and I draw a blank on my cat from Oklahoma State, Warren. Yeah. We'll see what those two dudes look like. But to me, I would like to get a veteran running back in here, man.
Q, sign and trade Deontay for a 1 and a 4. Who says no?
I mean, I like the idea. I just don't like the timing of it. If we're trading for draft picks, I want it to be around the time of the draft so we could utilize that. Because you're talking about removing Pro Bowl talent and productivity
and waiting till
and we're
next
not
year.
really so we're gonna have a void there. I know we're optimistic about our younger players, but I just think that's a void for a very, very proven player. Even though he's not proven to the extent of 15 to 20 mil, we still think that he's proven a lot more than us having to wait a year to see if we can fill that some capacity.
Official Momentum also says pray for no Steelers drama.
Ain't that the truth?
Next we got AJ Martinez. Pickens is the new number 1, period.
I
think a lot of people feel that way.
Fair enough.
He's going to be the alpha.
I hope. I feel like he could be that. I just hope it develops into it.
Jacob Malacio. Sorry I'm late. Taking care of the wife. What did I miss?
Man, we was just talking about the usual shenanigans. Little basketball, little football, little Steelers. The usual. Having some fun. But hey, man,
I hope your
glad
wife's
you're being
better.
a good dude, man. Absolutely.
Let's go, UW. Imagine if Buddy Johnson beats out Bush as the starter.
Oh. It'd be a good problem, though.
I mean, Buddy Johnson had a good offseason then.
Yeah, it'd be a good problem to have.
Official Momentum. 9th grade coach called me the 3-point threat. That's a good nickname.
I like the 3-point threat. I'm playing defense, though. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Sometimes I be seeing some of these people shoot, and it's like, oh, with no defense, yeah, Duke shoot. I'm going to play defense. I'm going to close out. I'm definitely that guy when you're playing pickup ball that's going to play defense. I am. And I'm going to box you out after you shoot it. You're going to be upset with me. I'm going to box you out. Block your shot. Contest everything. I'll Patrick Beverly you, bro. Now play.
How about this one? We got another one of these hypotheticals here. Big money question. Both in their prime, who are you lining up versus Jamar Chase in a primetime game? Joe Hayden or Ike Taylor? Both are dogs. He says season 6.
Man. Why you gotta ask this right before we about to end too?
That's
man?
A good one.
That's a really good one. Both my dudes too. To me, I'm gonna go Joe Hayden. I think
would be Brown's Joe Hayden, right?
Yeah, you said prime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Joe Hayden. I just think that he was a better athlete. Obviously, we know in terms of where they were picked and stuff like that. That's part of it as well. But yeah, Joe is a top-notch corner, man. When he was in his prime, Joe was one of them dudes, man. Man-to-man guy. elite quickness, top end speed, hand placement, ball skills. I mean, he checked all those boxes. Literally, the only time I've viewed Joe as a not good player was when he was going against AB. Okay, that was it. That was it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was the only time we did not respect Joe Hayden. That was it. Literally, for my whole life of knowing Joe Hayden, even when he was at Florida, okay, for this whole time that I've known Joe, that is the only time I've ever looked at Joe and I'm like, Joe trash, bro. He ain't got nothing for us today. Just because it was AB. That was it. That's the only guy.
True.
That was it.
I'll never forget that week one.
That was it, man.
Torched them up, him and Ben. Wow, this is tough. Ike was so underrated, and if you're taking, I think Joe Hayden had the better career.
Yeah.
As a cornerback, like, I would take him in totality, but like one game in their prime, Ike Taylor shut down all the really good receivers we went up against for a good stretch of like 2 or 3. I remember Chad Johnson not doing anything against Ike Taylor.
Ball, man.
Ooh, that's a tough one. And you're right, Joe Hayden was really good.
Yeah.
Really good with the Browns.
Dudes, I like them both.
I'm gonna say Ike. I'm just gonna say Ike.
There we go. We got balance in the show.
I'm just gonna say Ike.
We're good.
It's just a feeling I got to that one. I feel like he'd shut down Jamar Chase.
I can respect.
Not saying Joe couldn't, but Ike was really good in his prime. Really underrated.
I can respect it.
Fish momentum.
This is the last one, right? Yeah, last one.
He says on my Madden they got Andy Reid as the Browns coach.
What the heck?
I don't know. You could do coach trades in Madden.
Jeez, sucks for them.
Maybe he's talking Ultimate Team.
Sucks for the Chiefs. Good for the. How is Andy Reid connected to Cleveland though?
I don't know. Maybe it was on Ultimate Team. I don't know.
It could be though.
Because you could just put any coach with any team's jerseys, all that. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's in his franchise mode though. I don't know about coach trades. Maybe that happened.
I could dig it though, man. I could dig it. But with that being said though, it is 11:32. We gotta roll. So, with that being said, man, this was a fun show, as it always is, man. Shout out to the Friday morning roasting toast, little wake and bizake, get after it in a hurry, and now we're gonna holler at y'all. So, y'all stay safe, y'all enjoy your weekend, and we appreciate y'all as always. And until next time, baby.
Well, before we
got one more?
It's just AJ Martinez giving us a big donation, so we just got to shout him out.
Oh, I didn't even see it. I switched screens.
Doesn't even have anything to say, but thank you. That's a good amount of support heading into the weekend.
I just clicked. Hey man, AJ, you a real one, baby. We appreciate the heck out you from the heart, baby, from the heart. So yes, with that being said, shout out to you, AJ Martinez, one more time, and everybody else, man, that was here with us. And until next time, baby.
Peace.